Text the word OLD to 200-300. Text OLD to 200-300.
Jeffrey O'Brien here, and congratulations. You just made it through the hottest summer in Arizona history. No lie. The only proof you need is in that electric bill. If you don't have solar, I wonder how bad it's going to get next year. You need to call Harmon Solar today. Harmon Solar could save you over 80% off your electric bills. They're a locally owned, family-owned company. Call Harmon Solar for a free estimate. 800-281-3189. That's 800-281-3189, or go to harmonsolar.com.
Attention business owners, do you need zero money down financing on new or used equipment? Meet Dylan Cohen at JR Capital, your gateway to equipment financing that breaks the mold. JR Capital offers zero money down financing options on both new and used equipment, vehicles, heavy machinery, and more. It's a game changer, giving you the power to enhance your operations without slowing you down or denting your cash flow. Need a boost in working capital or a flexible line of credit? Dylan can help your business get the cash flow it needs fast. The process is a breeze, too, with a simple application and same-day approvals. No more waiting, no more hassle. Just a straightforward path to securing the funds you need faster and easier than asking your banker. Call Dylan Cohen at JR Capital today at 602-834-7353 or click on Finance with Dylan at moneyradio.com. Call Dylan Cohen 602-834-7353 and get the money you need for your business today.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles, with an auto warranty about to expire, or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost, month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-736-6158 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-736-6158. That's 800-736-6158. What do you have to lose? Call 800-736-6158. Again, 800-736-6158.
Live from the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale.
Here we go.
This is KQFN Tempe.
Also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM and K240 U Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM. All right, people, settle down. Because it's time.
Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's Friday here on the Daily Blender, and your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. We got Keon Rose in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580, as we broadcast live in the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale. And I got to say, if the last thing you do in your life was to help teach Gronk how to kick a ball better, I'm not sure that was the best way to end things. But I guess that's how Carl Weathers is going out. Carl Weathers passed away at the age of 76 years old today. I don't know what he died from. I don't know what the situation was. And I don't know what this means to that silly Super Bowl ad for who is that kicks the ball for this FanDuel? FanDuel? Yeah.
Might be DraftKings.
Whatever. I don't know what does anybody know? How did he pass away? The person
Pretty sure he died of death.
Yeah, he died of death. He had it coming. That's the honest thing. And as I said off air earlier, I stand by this. He had it coming, if for no other reason, what he did to Arnold Schwarzenegger in Predator.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You know, you son of a bitch. You know, that whole moment right there. That was some shady stuff, Carl Weathers. But anyway, I don't know. How did he die?
Peacefully in his sleep.
Not like everybody else in the cars that went off the cliff, huh? Okay, I got you. Just
damn.
Shouldn't have let him drive, I guess. Of what? He just died in his sleep just randomly?
That's what it says.
Natural causes.
Had he been sick or anything?
It doesn't say that.
No, he was in these great commercials and they wore him out.
That's it. After he's like, have to act with Gronk.
Yep.
And he's like,
yep.
It's too much dumb. It's just too much dumb, and he just couldn't take it anymore. I guess I don't know. So thanks for giving us a heads up on that, Navy Brad. Wilbur says, yes, somber Friday to you, gentlemen. Yes, he says, not only is it a sad day that we lost Carl Weathers, but we're a mere 9 days away from the last football game of the year. Yeah, you are correct.
Mhm.
You are correct. And then it's back to wondering what your team is going to do in the draft and wondering how the offseason is going to go and wondering who you're going to trade for or who you're going to go find, wondering how training camp will go, wondering how the preseason is going to shake out. And then we'll be right back to the football games, I guess.
Before you know it, the OTAs will be going on.
No, those are coming pretty soon, actually.
Yeah, I know.
When are the OTAs? Are they in March or February? They're not in February,
Hey,
right?
OTAs?
Yeah.
No. Hey, OTAs are like springtime.
Oh, sorry. I thought you meant combine. When's the combine?
That's pretty soon.
yeah,
here.
yeah. The combine's like March.
That's it. That's what I was thinking.
And you
And
got the draft in April.
OTAs are they're a drink that people make in their bathtubs. So that's not the same thing as the
think that's-
combine.
I think that's bathtub whiskey.
Well, whatever the case, well, okay. Carl Weathers is dead.
Carl Weathers dead at
76.
76 years old.
I wasn't in town that weekend. That's all you need to know. 888-368-1580. Today also is Groundhog's Day, by the way. And if you don't care for the Groundhog's Day, it's National Tater Tot Day, also National Bubblegum Day.
I love tater tots.
I don't know why you would try to make Groundhog Day Tater Tot Day. I think that's a huge misstep.
Well, I think if you have tater tots with anything, including a groundhog,
But
I heard groundhog can be pretty tasty.
that's what I mean.
You know,
Right.
they used to eat the groundhog after they do Groundhog's Day.
You know, you get the groundhog and
No.
you get that thing all
Serious.
butchered up there, and then you dehair that
No,
thing. And
I'm not making this up.
Yeah.
Back in the 1880s, they would actually eat Phil after he made his prediction. They
Well,
served him up
yeah,
after the first official Groundhog's Day.
Yeah,
and they
well-
said he was quite tender.
I know. Just and then you serve a big old heap inside of tater tots with that. It's a good day.
If I knew I was going to be eating, I'd come out both fingers up. I'm like, I ain't telling you nothing about the weather. I ain't telling you nothing. Gonna eat me, eat this, you know. But yeah, so here's the thing. Do you know what happened? I know he didn't see his shadow. So here comes early spring, is what they say. I don't know if we could put too much stock in his prediction. Yeah, he's been doing it since 1886, and they say he's only been right 39% of the time.
it's not even a coin flip.
Yeah, which is what PETA wants you to do. So I think we should go back to eating the little sumbitch. That's what I think. But 4% of people think he's always 100% right. Well, those people are stupid, and because you know, just seeing a shadow, I don't think predicts anything, to be honest. But yeah. So anyway, that happened. It's Groundhog Day. Is groundhog considered pork? I think it's a rodent.
Yeah, it's
More like bunny, maybe, or rat. You're eating a rat.
Yeah.
Groundhog is like a rat.
No, it's a big rodent, right?
Wouldn't think it'd be like a rat. I think it'd be more like a beaver.
well, we need a beaver. Yeah. We definitely would eat the beaver. If it was predicting anything. Yeah, we love to eat beaver.
Depends on what kind of beaver.
Love to eat beaver. And did you know Phil has a wife? Puxatawny Phil has a wife named Phyllis. They've never had kids, but they say she doesn't drink the elixir of life and isn't immortal. What is that garbage? No idea what that's about.
And Phil does?
I don't know.
So does he just keep getting remarried constantly?
You'd kind of have to if you're
'Cause
immortal.
If you're immortal and she's not, then
Can I
it's
just say, if you're immortal, you'd figure out the first few marriages. Yeah, okay, I think we're done with this. You know what I mean?
Just want to play the field.
There's no reason to get married
A lot of groundhog ladies out there.
when you're immortal, you know.
Mhm.
By the way, there's other places that have their own. I always thought it was just Puxatawny Phil, but other cities have their own local groundhogs or other animals that predict the weather. They have Shubenacadie Sam in Nova Scotia.
All right.
They have Lucy the Lobster in Nova Scotia also. I guess they've got a bunch of weather predicting.
And not a whole lot to
Critters.
do. So, yeah. Okay.
Wayart and Willie in Ontario, Canada. Manitoba Merv, also in Manitoba, Canada. Let's see here. Balzac Billy in Alberta. He's just a guy in a
Did you say,
costume.
No.
did you say,
Not Balzac.
oh,
Balz. Balzac.
it's the Eastern
Balzac.
European pronunciation. I see.
Balzac. So There's also Fufu the hedgehog in Oregon.
Huh.
Cluxatani Henrietta, the chicken in New York.
Well, there's good eating right there.
Pisgah Penny the squirrel in North Carolina, and Scramble the duck in Connecticut. So, groundhog known as Milltown Mel was a headliner in central New Jersey, but he passed away a couple of years ago, and I guess right before Groundhog's Day. So,
Called him Scramble the Duck.
Scramble the duck. Yeah. So
is that what happens to him
Is
after
that
the shotgun blast, or what is that?
No, I think
That'll do it.
his situation is more of a foie gras situation.
yeah. So
Just
he's going right after that liver, huh?
Yeah.
All right. So I don't know that we want we'd rather have 6 more weeks of winter here, but everywhere else probably sick to damn death of it already. But anyway, so it's just going to be what it's going to be. We got Randy White is what we have.
Yeah.
Predicting the weather.
Well, usually.
Yeah. Well, not today.
Well, I can't today.
Why can't you today?
The equipment is down.
He's down.
I'm using it as a camera.
Oh. All right. Well, we gave weather yesterday. We don't need to know anything today.
We don't have to do weather every day.
Yeah,
It was
people kind of
more-
like if you do, though.
It was more important yesterday when we were getting smacked with that rainstorm.
What do you mean?
Is there-
You act as though you didn't know it was coming. I predicted
That's
it.
what
I
I'm
said it was
saying.
going to happen.
That's what I'm saying. It was
It
more
was
important
nice.
for you to do that yesterday.
My
than today,
backyard flooded.
unless there's another rainstorm we don't know about.
Yeah. I mean,
No.
I there's tons of water in my backyard.
Hmm.
And then I had to go out there and get the dog toys out of it. So the dogs
There's
wouldn't go
tons
in
of
there and get
water
it.
in your backyard because you have a pool.
Well, no, the pool is fine.
Oh,
I'm talking about the actual yard itself. I can show you
because
pictures.
it rained.
But because Bebo the puppy is just crazy, I knew if he left alone, he would go, wah, dive right into that big old giant
Ah, yeah.
backyard puddle.
Yeah.
So I had to go and retrieve a bunch of it.
Hmm.
I'm like, I work for this dog. I keep telling him. Anytime he barks at me, he's like, you want something? I'm like, hey, I don't work for you. I'm like, yeah, I do. I work for him.
You work hard for the puppy.
So
you
hard for the puppy. So you better treat him right.
Better
Is
treat
that
him
where
right.
you're going with that?
Yeah.
Flappy Mac says they stopped eating Puxatawny Phil because it's hard to find a groundhog named Phil every year.
Well, there's that. That's a good idea.
It's a
yeah.
rarity.
Hmm.
Fighting Wampa wants to know if we have some type of animal down at the station to help Randy predict the weather.
No. No, I have highly scientific and sensitive equipment, radar dishes all over the valley.
Only accessible by his cell phone.
And I'm pulling it up here on this computer,
Mhm.
but it's not as fast as my phone.
Moislin
So-
says Balzac Billy on sale at Castle Megastore. No, it's different. That's different. That's not the same thing.
Mm-mm.
Wilbur says, don't forget rain predicting Randy in Arizona. Okay.
Rain predicting me?
I don't know. I don't understand what he's saying.
The hell does that mean?
He's blind, so who knows what you thought he was texting. Big George says, hello, gentlemen. Happy Friday. Yeah. Uh-huh. He says the NHL players will be attending the 2026 Winter Olympic Games in Italy. This is great news. My favorite Winter Olympic sport after curling and figure skating is international hockey.
It just doesn't seem to be the correct order of those
Yeah,
things. But
After curling and figure skating.
Well, I
After
mean,
figure skating.
Curling is where you get the buzz on. Figure skating,
Yeah.
I don't know what the hell you do with that. And then hockey. Then you're ready to go for hockey. I don't know what you do with the figure skating.
Don't watch it. Fighting Wampa says, I always heard they stopped eating the groundhog. Oh, I read this. Wait, how did that come up twice? Quit saying this stuff twice. Last Optimist says that backyard puddle is a bad sign. Need to get the landscaper out to regrade the yard so it drains. Well, it does eventually. Because we got a
Just
giant
slowly.
swamp back there right now. So anyway, enough of this nonsense. So it's Groundhog Day. Act accordingly, I guess. So let's talk about last night. Overtime for Grand Canyon University hosting Seattle U. And they did. They got their revenge, but it took a little work there. If you got to go to overtime, then I mean, they owned them in overtime. But what happened in that game there, Keon?
it is hard to say. They started off well. They were cruising. There was maybe 5 minutes before the half, and it looked like they were going to go in with a double-digit lead. And this is what everybody wanted. And then Seattle U goes on a run before halftime, cuts the lead, and then they come out in the second half and keep right on going where they left off. And GCU was kind of backpedaling there. Like, these guys are just a thorn in the side. At this point, it's been a struggle every single time, going back to last season, even where they lost both of the matchups last season as well, and then beat him when it counted in the WAC tournament. So getting this in the regular season, this was huge. It mattered a bunch, but Seattle U just knows how to play GCU well. They have a lot of guys that have been in that program for a while, and they are very familiar with the Lopes and what they want to do, and they're good at taking that stuff away.
Well, luckily, Grand Canyon University was able to take care of it in the overtime, 17-10, to make these guys finally go away, but a little too close for comfort right there. ASU lost last night, everybody knows, and I tuned in early on the ASU game, and my wife is sitting there, and I was like, "Oh, this doesn't look good." She's like, "What? They're winning?" No, this is not going to go well. And you can just tell. You can just tell by the way things were going and progressing that even though ASU had the lead at that moment, in fact, they finished the first half ahead. That Stanford was going to gain momentum and come back, and they did in the second half, 42-29. To win easily, 71-62. So, I don't know. What is wrong with Arizona State, Keon.
I just don't think they're particularly deep relative to some of these other schools, and especially a school like Stanford, where Stanford's one of the best shooting teams in the country. They were ranked in the top 10 in field goal percentage going into that game last night. And they shoot the three ball really well. That was going to be important for ASU to take away. They just didn't do it. And it's just they have good players on that team, but it's just you get to the bench, you get to that second unit, and it's rough. It's rough.
All right. Well, I'll stop asking that question. I'll stop asking about ASU because I don't feel like
which is a shame. But yeah. I don't know that. You're 11-10 unless you go on a run from now until the end of the season. Don't know what you're going to do for the NCAA tournament unless you win the Pac-12 tournament, which the way they're playing right now does not look likely.
It's the last chance they've got to do it. And they're not going to do it. So, all right. By the way, I wish Ralph was here because I just wanted to rub something in his face. And that, remember we were talking about the Coyotes and we're like, hey, The Coyotes been doing pretty good.
Yeah.
And they've been going in streaks. They've been going great. They've been going bad. And a bunch of young guys still working on it, still figuring things out. And it's like, all right, I got no problem with the Coyotes, no complaints. But he'd always be like, well, Los Angeles Kings are the best team. And he would always brag on the Los Angeles Kings. And, they just fired their coach. They just fired Todd McClellan because they had a bad January. That is the reason behind it. Bad January, we fired Todd McClellan. And we've replaced him with interim coach Jim Hiller. And so, all right. So I guess the Kings aren't very good at all, after all. And so now he's not here, and I can't rub his nose in that. That makes me sad. But what the hell happened to the Los Angeles Kings?
Well, this is a franchise that
you just saw their record, didn't you?
Oh, well, yeah, because on the Yahoo Sports, they actually have the schedule in calendar form. So I just clicked on back to January.
Mm-hmm. Loss. Win. Loss.
Oh, and that's not even that. It's like there's 6 losses in a row. They beat Carolina, a couple more losses, beat the Rangers,
8
losses
in
a row. And then they beat the Predators to end January. So somewhere in there is just 3.
You're looking at it wrong. There's 8 losses they had in a row. Then they beat the which direction is to go, up or down?
I just meant for January, not for the whole season.
I'm looking at the whole schedule. They had 8 losses in a row. Then they beat the Hurricanes. A couple more losses. They beat the Rangers, and then they just beat the Predators. But outside of that,
I was just counting.
That's a whole lot of loss.
January. The 8 losses in a row is because they lost 2 coming out of December, going into January, and then continued right on losing.
What is astounding about this is they are 23-15.
Yeah, they're 23-15. They're in the first wild card spot, but that's not good enough for the GM.
Well, they had a crap ton of losses in a row.
Well, that's true. They've gone into kind of sinking like a rock in the ocean. The bottom line is they feel like this team is good enough to go deep into the playoffs, and they've got to do something to stop the bleeding. And a lot of times that's what NHL GMs will do. Middle of the season, if you're in the middle of a losing streak, bam, they'll cut you loose and they will bring somebody else in. So we'll have to see what happens. It's going to be interesting to watch. You're exactly right, though, Jeffrey. Yeah, they're 23, 15, and 10. And they, again, they hold the first wild card into the Stanley Cup playoffs for now. Oh, the NHL All-Star game, I believe, is this weekend. And we'll see when they go back to the ice to start playing, how the Kings respond to this move.
Something that does bear noting, if Ralph were here and I was rubbing his nose in it, he would turn and say, the Coyotes are 23 and 22.
Yeah, but nobody thought the Coyotes would be 23 and 22. People thought the Kings would be better than this.
I'm just saying, to be fair.
If he wants to turn back and point to a team that's in a rebuild and moving in another direction, fine. But if your team is expected to be a championship caliber team and then you lose most of the entire month of January, you're going to be right at home watching the Stanley Cup final with the rest of us.
Yeah, I don't think they'll do it together, though. Beer Nut says, went to the ASU game yesterday with the tickets I won, but gosh, really looks like the coach has just lost that team. Yeah, I saw them in a timeout, and Hurley was there. They're talking to his boys, and I'm just like, not feeling good about this.
Nothing is worse than the coach sitting down, drawing up a play on the sideline, and you just have like two guys just disengaged entirely. It's not a good look.
Mr. Wilbur says, I'll give you one word as to what's wrong with the Tempe men's basketball team. I'm not going to listen to a Arizona guy tell me nothing.
No.
He says, Hurley. Okay.
We could have gotten that analysis from Big George, but thanks.
Big George is trying to get us to all chant fire Bobby Hurley with him. Not going to do that.
No, thanks.
I mean, it's not going to happen anyways. We don't have an athletic director, really.
Well, Ray Anderson is still sucking the university dry with his salary.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying, until there's a new guy who actually has the ability to do anything, nothing is going to change. Nothing's going to change. I mean, there's no reason for Ray Anderson to fire Bobby Hurley. He's like, I'll leave that for the next guy. Let him handle that. So we're not going to repeat after you, George. We're not going to repeat after you. All right, we got to take a break. When we come back, I got a bunch of weird crap that we can talk about that in the world of sports, and then we'll get on to a whole bunch of football and stuff. It's a Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
This is Brent Musburger's Action Update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic. Free air-chilled boneless chicken breasts and 4 juicy boneless pork chops with your order. omahasteaks.com/vsin. Now, here are the latest lines from my guys in the desert.
Philadelphia 76ers center Joel Embiid suffering a torn meniscus on Tuesday night's game against the Golden State Warriors, and that just about puts the NBA scoring leader out of the MVP race. Denver's Nikola Jokic is now the betting favorite to win the award at -140. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is averaging 31 points per game, is at +270. Luka Doncic of the Dallas Mavericks +650. NBA Rookie of the Year, Victor Wembanyama, the Spurs, the betting favorite, -240. Oklahoma City's Chet Holmgren, +200. I'm Tony Desiri with your VSiN Action Update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Hi, I'm Henry Winkler. My eyes are very important to me. My eyes connect me with things I love. I loved my late father-in-law dearly. He always lit up a room, but his vision dimmed with age. He had age-related macular degeneration, or AMD. And since partnering with Apellis, I've learned there's an advanced form of the disease called geographic atrophy, or GA. His struggle with vision loss made me want to help others know about GA's warning signs. For some, straight lines seem wavy, like when looking at a door frame. For others, blurry or missing spots can make it hard to read or see loved ones' faces. Many have trouble seeing in low light, making driving at night difficult. GA gets worse over time and cannot be reversed. If you've been diagnosed with AMD and notice vision changes, don't wait. Talk to your eye doctor about GA today. Learn more at gawon'twait.com. That's gawon'twait.com.
Remember the old phrase, double your pleasure, double your fun? Well, that's exactly what you get at Kasai Japanese Steakhouse, now with 2 Valley locations. When it comes to Asian cuisine, no one does it better and more authentic than Kasai, where talented teppanyaki chefs create the food, the fire, and the fun of teppanyaki. Kasai Japanese Steakhouse is not just dinner, it's dinnertainment. A memorable dining experience where a delicious 7-course meal is prepared right at your table with flair. It's a perfect choice for celebrations, date night, or a night on the town. Choose from over 30 different items and combinations of teppanyaki, Asian fusion, and innovative sushi. Happy hour is always on fire and offered daily with specials on appetizers, teppanyaki, sushi, and all cocktails. Celebrate 2024 anytime in either of their 2 locations, Scottsdale Road in Thunderbird, and now open in Peoria at the 101 in Northern. Go to KasaiTeppen.com. That's KasaiTeppen.com or search Kasai on your mobile phone.
Some people just know there's a better way to do things, like bundling your home and auto insurance with Allstate, or hiring someone to move your piano instead of doing it yourself. So do things the better way. Bundle home and auto and save up to 25% with Allstate.
Bundled savings vary by state and are not available in every state. Saving up to 25% is the countrywide average of the maximum available savings off the home policy. Allstate Vehicle and Property Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Hi, I'm Ralph Romano.
And I'm Neil Lynch.
We've been friends for over 30 years now.
Wait. Over 30 years?
Yes, you are that old. And we have a new show called The Weekend Warrior starting this Saturday.
We'll discuss national and local sports, and we'll talk about some sports that you don't hear about much.
We'll also interview like local athletes, coaches, sports-related business owners, and we're going to share their stories.
We look forward to sharing these great stories and hanging out with you.
It's The Weekend Warrior starting this Saturday at 10 a.m. right here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Today, Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. And I got to say, I'm happy to see this texter. Jag Dog is on the line.
Hey, Jag Dog, welcome back.
Jag Dog says, hello, gentlemen. Had my final radiation treatment this morning, last chemo treatment on this coming Tuesday, and I hopefully have beat this nasty C word. Randy, can I have a foghorn for the 49ers Super Bowl win and a crown on the rocks for everyone in the 4th dimension?
All right, let's see what we can do here.
Okay, by the way, just on request, we're not going to sit there and pour and make everybody pee their pants as they're sitting in traffic trying to get home. That's one of my favorite things about being on the air for afternoon drive. First off, I don't have to get up at the ass crack of dawn. That's the first part. I don't ever want to do morning radio again if I can avoid it.
Sorry to hear that.
I know you love it.
I love it.
That's where we got our start together, was on a morning show.
Yeah.
And I was 23 years old, didn't mind getting up early. I was just glad somebody wanted me to be anywhere. But now, no, thank you. I am not getting up at 4 a.m. Unless there is a fire. Okay? Or a dog is puking. That'll get me up at 4 a.m.
Really?
Like I'll be lying here, like, oh no. Then I got to jump up and take care of it.
See, I don't do that. If I hear Cecil throwing up,
just note where it might be and try to step in it.
I turn on the radar and say, okay, it's over there in the hallway. Hey, Kim, don't walk down the hallway. Cecil threw up. And that's the way I would deal with that. See,
no, I can't do that. I can't do that, because if the slightest bit of smell were to waft over towards the bed, my wife would lose her mind.
Well,
can't have that happening. Anyway, so well, that was number one. I don't get up early. And what was the other one? Number two, what I like is that people who listen to the show in the morning, they're on their way to work. They've got it down to the minute. So like they'll listen to us for like 15 minutes, right? And then, but in the afternoon drive, your best laid plans are screwed up by dumb people. And sometimes we get to keep you on here for an hour and a half as you try to find your way home.
What about the drive in the morning, though? I mean,
usually it's quite quick and you get there. I mean, there's some days where maybe you get stuck in your car, but most people have got it sorted out. And they're like, I've got to get there on time. But if you don't have to be home by a certain time, you'll be kind of good. I'm not going to take an alternate route. I'll just hang in through this, So I feel like people listen to us longer in the afternoon. So we can keep people hostage.
I see.
Anyway, that's what I like about that. I don't. So that's why I don't want to repay them by making them have to go pee, by hearing the liquid pour over and over and over again. And then it was last time you did that, we had people texting in, I'm about to pee my pants, because that sound will do it. I used to live in an apartment that had a fountain outside, and I used to constantly having to go to the bathroom because I could hear the fountain outside my window.
So I drink a lot of water during the day.
Yeah.
And that's what does it for me.
Well, then why are you doing this to others?
Well, I'm not. I'm trying to fulfill the wish of the fourth dimension. Hey, around for everybody.
By demand. So if somebody asks for it, they can have it on JagDog. In fact, actually, JagDog should have one on us. Well done getting through all that radiation and chemo. I know it's a miserable business, my friend. So man card accreditation for you.
Yeah.
Getting through that and
Absolutely.
doing your damnedest to beat the sea and keep on hanging out there with us. So congratulations, JagDog. Kenry from Jamaica says, Jeffrey, my type of dinnertainment is steak and lobster special at the Highlighter Strip Club. Well, I guess that is a type of it, but the real dinnertainment at Kasai Japanese Steakhouse won't get you herpes. So, and it's very, very tasty.
And it doesn't smell like fish.
Yeah. Yeah, the highlighter. Walter Mellon says, let's go, Navy Brad. Oh, okay. NFL Blitzer says, good day, gents. Can you give a shout out to my pops? It's his birthday today, the big 75. I'm afraid not, NFL Blitzer.
No,
we can't say happy birthday to your pops.
Yeah.
That he has to turn 76.
Yeah, there's an age limit on here, and unless you're 76 or below 75, we can't.
Right.
Yeah, we can't do
75. A lot of guys are 75.
Yeah, I mean,
come talk to us when he's 76. Okay.
Keon's 74 right now. So
yeah, Keon doesn't. We can't say happy birthday to him either.
Yeah, it'll be another couple of years.
A couple.
Don't rush me.
So anyway, I'm not going to break the rules just for your pops, NFL Blitzer. It's kind of presumptuous of you. Today, people are like that, aren't they?
Yes.
Yeah. Came in today, this kid over there that works in at the Money Radio. I said, hey, buddy, how you doing? Hi, how are you? Like, you don't ask me how I am. How dare you? Who do you think you are asking me?
Oh, see, that was
what
bad.
The hell?
Oh, that was bad.
Do you know who I am?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Just the presumptuousness of it.
That poor kid. I feel bad for him. I think he's still in there trembling.
Oh, you know what? Maybe he should be, because you're talking to Jeffrey O'Brien.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I should have warned him. My bad.
What's going on in this world? So who's your pops, NFL Blitzer? If I give a guy a shout out, I think we need a name, not just NFL Blitzer's pops. And he's just sitting there going, well, I remember when radio was new, and this is crap. What are you listening to,
Probably,
son?
where the hell did they dig these guys up?
What are you listening to, son? Because this is garbage. Where's Rick Dees?
Why do these guys are always yapping all the time? Where's the music?
This is the worst music I've ever heard. Walter Mellon says, sorry, let's go JagDog. Oh, okay, I see. He was trying to give JagDog some encouragement. Beer Bob says, I'll take a shot from JagDog. Cheers to you, fellow fourth dimensioner. That's right. Everybody enjoy. Big George says, you guys should give Ralph and a gray-haired friend of his. Well, his name is Neil.
Oh,
his name is Neil.
Neil.
They should give him a daily show in the morning. Help keep people awake with all the anger they would generate of people on the road.
Well, then everybody would have a bad day, every day.
Yeah. It's probably not something we want to do to our faithful
By the time
listeners.
they get to us, they'd be so pissed off they wouldn't even want to listen. They shut the radio off.
I know. I'd be like, hey, everybody. And be like, yeah. Whoa. What? Why?
I'm not even listening to you.
Well, then how did you know I even... Okay.
See that?
That's fine.
That's how bad it would go.
Oh, hey, guess what? Today, I got to give away these tickets. I'm going to give a pair of tickets away every hour to the fake wrestling.
Now, is this the UAWE?
Yes. It's All Elite Wrestling, AEW.
Oh, sorry.
Oh,
see, I keep thinking that's the Electricians Union.
They want a clip of this, so make sure I don't say fake wrestling when we send them the clip. just saying. But yeah, tickets are on sale now. And it's for back-to-back AEW Dynamite and AEW Rampage shows that are going to be done over there at the Footprint Center February 7th. That's next Wednesday. And I've got the tickets. So I don't know who's in these wrestling matches. I don't have that information. Is there a place you can find that information? I'd like to tell people who's actually wrestling.
Yeah, I'm sure it's on the website.
Who's the most famous guy in AEW? They gave me a list, so I guess it's the first name I read, right?
Well, I don't know.
Chris Jericho?
Maybe.
He's pretty popular. I've heard that name before.
MJF?
I've also heard him. Yeah.
No idea what that stands for. Kenny Omega, Adam Copeland, Christian Cage, the Young Bucks, John Moxley, Hangman Adam Page. I don't know.
You got past the first three, and that
just went.
I don't know anybody else.
All right. Well, I'll just say maybe one of those guys. I don't know. Somebody should look this up, I think.
Well, I'm on their page right now.
Yeah. Okay, so this is for Wednesday, February 7th in Phoenix.
They I just have a roster. I don't have who's going to be there on February 7th. I see Angelico though.
Who? Huh?
And Angelico.
Is that a dude or a gal?
Angelo Parker. These are all guys.
So on the website for specifically who's going to be at the Footprint Center.
Yeah.
There's just there's some posters on the website here.
Okay.
So one poster has Ricky Starks and Big Bill.
Okay.
Wait a minute. Let's see, Billy
Sting
Gunn.
and Darby Allin.
Oh, there's Big Bill. I see. Oh, Big Bill. Oh my God.
Chris Jericho and Konosuke Takeshita. You've got
that sounded dirty in Japanese and everything.
Swerve Strickland.
Oh yeah,
here's Chris Jericho.
Swerve Strickland is at like the bottom of the list that they gave me. So Chris Jericho will at least be active for something on Wednesday, February 7th. Is that what I'm understanding?
Yes.
Oh, and Adam Copeland is Edge, says Moist One. Whatever that means.
Edge?
Yeah.
Man,
Edge.
I've watched wrestling.
Who's
I don't know anything.
Who's Smooth Corner? I don't know I don't even know what.
Here's Dustin Rhodes, the natural Dustin Rhodes.
Is that
and
he
looks
relation?
He looks somewhat like
Dusty.
Yeah.
Should look
Except
that up.
he's got
Maybe
like
it's son of.
Got like a half Spider-Man face.
Well, that does happen.
And he's got like the hair like Dusty Rhodes had, but it's close cropped.
Moist One says that is Dusty's kid. Okay.
Wow.
Booze and Raider says, "Hey, I'll take a shot, but give him a double shot." Yeah, everybody's cheering for you, Jag Dog. Last Optimist says, "I'm so glad you guys are on the air. I got a little tired of the local radio station talking about the heyday of 1970 Alabama football all morning." I have no idea what they're talking about.
Wow, that is
it's very specific.
Oh my God!
Way to know your market.
There's a guy on here that looks like a monster. His name is Kill Switch.
Kill Switch?
Yeah, Kill Switch.
All right. Big George says Big Bill is into the fake wrestling. Who's Big Bill? I don't even know what you're talking about. Anyway, so I got tickets. Be listening for your chance to call in and win. It's a pair of tickets, and I'll give one away every hour today. So
there's a lot of people involved. I hope that all these people are not going to be there.
No, I don't. I think Keon just told you who was going to be there. Were you not paying attention?
No.
All right. 888-368-1580.
I was looking at all these characters on here.
So check it out. I don't know how this is happening, why this is happening, but Mike Tyson has joined forces with another famous fighter trying to help kids get an education. I guess Mike Tyson's working with MMA star Daniel Puder on a new educational model. It's not your normal thing. Why you make that face? Is that not how you say his name? It's not Puder? Puder? Puder. How else would you say that? Daniel Puder. Putter?
I actually don't know how you pronounce
Either
that.
way, it just does not sound like a great last name, does it? Putter? That sounds wrong. Puder? Anyway, this Daniel Puder guy, he's I guess they've started a school here in Arizona called Tyson's Transformational Technologies Academy. It's an extension of Daniel Puder's prep schools. It's the first emotional and belief intelligence-based school system in the nation. I have no idea what any of this means.
That sounded like a word salad to me.
Well, here's what they say, and keep in mind, most anything a boxer or an MMA guy says is going to be word salad because, well, they've had their heads scrambled. But here's what they say. The school is all about teaching life skills like financial literacy and resume building, topics that don't fall into traditional curriculum. Daniel says that, I guess the students who attend are, going to be able to make a serious impression when it's time for college admissions. I don't understand really what they're doing. Are they trying to pep talk you?
No, I think they're trying to teach you important skills that probably should be taught in schools.
Well, okay, again, let me go back to this. Financial literacy, they're going to teach you how to balance your checkbook?
Yeah, budget.
And that's resume building.
Like, how many times have we heard people like just have millions of dollars, don't know what to do with it, lose it all? Like, that's a lot of kids don't grow up learning about money properly from their families. And if they don't learn it there, where else are they going to learn it?
So I just love that Mike Tyson is like, hey, we're going to educate the world, baby. I'm like, okay. Because when I think, well, I need some education, I'm thinking Mike Tyson's the one that, should teach me.
I mean, he's not going to be in front of the class literally teaching the students. He's just financing it. You'll hire.
Is that what's going on here?
You'll hire the teachers. Yeah. It's not Mike Tyson literally teaching you financial literacy.
Thank God for that. I don't know if he could teach literacy. Wow. This is not.
Mike Tyson
worrisome.
Can read. I mean,
can he?
Yeah. Now Floyd Mayweather.
No, that's right. Floyd's one.
Floyd can't read.
He's teaching PE, I guess.
Yeah.
So whatever the case, if somebody is sending their kid to this school, well, good luck. I don't even understand what's going on here. Last Optimist says, I'm all for this Mike Tyson school. Yeah. Okay. Listen, if he graduates a single kid, he'll be ahead of the LeBron James school or Trump Academy or whatever that is. So,
well, LeBron James school has graduated a few kids. It's been around a little bit now. So I don't know if that'll be ahead. If they graduate one, still have some catching up to do, I think.
Beer Bob says, wifey just got tickets for that AEW from work today. So hope to see some fellow listeners out there. Hit me up on Twitter if you end up going, says Beer Bob.
I'm still looking for the Edge. I don't know who the Edge is.
He's a guitar player for you too.
That's what I thought.
That's what I'm saying. Let's see here. Wilbur says, you put the pud in the pudding pop. Okay. This is going to be that kind of show today, is it? All right.
It is Friday.
You guys even know about this? I don't know about this. And I feel like Jason Kelsey is too old to know about this, but I guess they were doing their New Heights podcast the other day, him and Travis Swift. And they're doing this podcast, and they brought up the backyard sports video game, backyard football, backyard baseball. And I saw a video of it, and it's just like, it's like for kids, you learn how to play the football or whatever. Yeah. And he's like, I don't know. He's like, if this exists anymore, he says, but I want to buy it. He wants to buy the rights to backyard football and baseball because he wants to get it back going. He says that's the best game ever. But here's the thing. That's like from 10 years ago. And that means that
10.
Jason wants to do this.
How old is the backyard stuff? Was that from more than that?
I was 8 when I played the first one I played.
Oh,
so about
okay.
10 years ago.
Maybe it was 10 years ago. It was still around, I guess. Okay. So it was something from your childhood and Jason Kelsey's childhood. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Like mid to late 90s.
He's like, yeah. Can you imagine playing backyard football right now on your phone? Because you can do that whole thing on your phone. He says it wasn't that complicated. He says, I love that game. So he's looking for whoever has the rights and wants to try to fire it back up again. I watched some video of it, and I was extremely annoyed by the announcers' voices.
Oh,
I don't know. Was it a fun game to play?
It was a fun game to play. Yeah, and then you could just choose like these random kids that the game had, but then also you had like Derek Jeter as a kid. You could pick him. I think you could pick Ken Griffey Jr. as a kid. Have him on your team. It's pretty cool.
Did they have like elementary school steroids?
Well, no.
Oh.
No, and I don't think Barry Bonds was involved.
Okay.
There was no child Barry Bonds, so.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying, with Jason Kelsey, he's retiring. He's got all the time in the world. If he goes out and buys backyard football and baseball, he says, "Yeah, I want to get this thing going again." So, sounds fun. I mean, can you make money on that? I guess you can make money on that.
You know, I think the negotiation needs to go like this. He shows up with his checkbook, no shirt on, and a beer in each hand.
Yeah.
All right, guys, what's it going to take for me to get the rights to these games? Let's go, bang!
Yeah. The thing is, the game is targeted towards children. You might want to have like not beers necessarily, like some kind of.
You got to just do you. You know, he's got to show up, and I think that's the way to go. They'll be so stunned they'll just just sign it.
Just take it.
Sign it
Before he's like $5 too much.
Can you
No, let's go.
Get him to stop standing on the couch out there, please.
Yeah. See,
Jonesy says backyard baseball was unreal. Yeah, it was unreal game. Tons of people would buy it on nostalgia alone. Well, I never saw it. I never even saw it, but it looked like it might have been fun. Did it work smooth or was it clunky? I mean, was it like a thing you got tired of pretty quick? I mean,
no, I played that for hours. Me and my brother, we played forever.
What's the age range on that?
Like teen, like maybe
12,
late elementary school to middle school.
Mr. Wilbur says, wait a second. You guys start the show talking about beavers and how you like beavers and simply can't go full Bill Cosby and talk about pudding pops? No, I don't know. The way you typed it, it's not about what you said or how you said it. Just more, I just typed it weird. That's all. Yeah, that's all. Paul with the plug says, on my drive to work, the 4-letter network said that if KC wins, Patrick will be higher on the all-time list than Joe Montana. That made me wonder if any of them graduated 4th grade. And by the way, figure skating is not a sport. Never, ever. No, I agree with you on that for sure. Pull the plug.
Yeah, but you can still watch it if you want.
Yeah, you can watch it if you want. Yeah.
Backyard baseball came out in 2001.
Okay. Never played it. Never saw it. My kids never got into that.
They had backyard baseball, backyard basketball, backyard sports sandlot, backyard soccer, backyard baseball, backyard basketball 2004, backyard soccer, all kinds of backyard games. Hockey, MLS soccer. Yeah.
Glendale Runner, that is a fun joke, but the version is very different that I love. But yes, that's pretty good. Beer Bob says Edge is Adam Copeland. Edge was his WWE name. Now he just goes by his real name. Well, I don't care. But thank you, Beer Bob, for that.
Well, Randy wanted to know.
Oh,
thank you.
Okay. I didn't know.
So Adam Copeland, is he any relation to Stuart Copeland?
The drummer for the Police?
Yeah.
By the way, outside of the Police is an astoundingly good drummer.
Oh, yes.
He's
a brilliant producer and arranger.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Wow, you really let us go, didn't you? It's like 3:45.
You just haven't been looking. I've been doing this for like 5 minutes.
Yeah? I'm going to reline the tape. I'll see if you're telling the truth there.
Okay. We hit you with it like 4 minutes ago.
Jesus, we're 7 minutes late. That's wow. Just that kind of day. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles, with an auto warranty about to expire, or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost, month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-736-6158 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-736-6158. That's 800-736-6158. What do you have to lose? Call 800-736-6158. Again, 800-736-6158.
Hey everybody, Mark Asher back to tell you about my great friends over at the Lund Mortgage Team. You know, the Lund Mortgage Team has been doing their thing for over 2 decades in the Valley, helping thousands of people in Arizona save money on their loans, get the best rate. They're mortgage brokers. They can shop it around for you. And now more than ever, it is so important to have a mortgage professional that's been around, that's seen the high rates, low rates, everything in between, because look, there's no sugarcoating what's going on right now. The rates are higher. However, the supply and demand, the whole how many houses are for sale in Arizona and what's going on, it's gone in favor of the buyer now. So if you're going to buy a new home, it is important to go and get that rate. Whatever that rate is, it's not going to be your forever rate. That's important to think about. So lock it in, get the house of your dreams, and move on. But let the people at the Lund Mortgage Team do their job. All the heavy lifting from start to finish. They'll find you the best rate out there. Call 623-875-9940, 623-875-9940, or online, lundmortgage.com.
Did you know Bashis' is the exclusive discount ticket sponsor of the 36th Annual Arizona Renaissance Festival? Stop by customer service today to pick up your tickets. Don't miss the action and adventure at this year's festival every weekend from February 3rd through March 31st, including President's Day, Monday, February 19th. To check out this year's festivities, visit arizona.renfestinfo.com. Huzzah!
Marijuana may be legal in Arizona, but driving impaired is not.
As a police officer here in Arizona, I know DUIs apply to more than just alcohol. Anything that impairs driving makes you dangerous on the road. If you feel different, you drive different, and driving impaired can get you a DUI.
Get the facts at drivinghighaz.com and spread the word with the hashtag HighDUI. This message is sponsored by the Governor's Office of Highway Safety.
If it's local, we talk about it. 1580 and 99.3. The Fanatic.
Today, Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic. Heavy Metal Maniac says Daniel got destroyed his last fight. His opponent was pounding Pud the whole time. I don't think that's probably appropriate. Pull the Plug says, why don't you play each of your shows just over in the morning show the next day? Talk shows in the morning suck, says Pull the Plug.
So are you saying like today's show would be on Monday morning then?
Yeah. I don't know.
How out of date would that be?
I don't think you'd, it seems like something you'd want, but then you'd be like, no, that's not something anybody wants.
See, I think what we should do is, now just hear me out.
Okay.
And I'll speak quietly in case Radio Ron's listening.
Yeah.
We should do the morning show.
No, we shouldn't.
And then they can replay it in the afternoon.
No, I don't want to do that.
See what I'm saying?
I don't want to get up early. Don't stop trying to make me get up early.
You could come in around 8. Keon and I would start it.
You know,
you just come rolling in around 8.
I'll come rolling in around 3. That's what I'll do. First words I'd say, if you made me do the morning show, I quit. Yep. 888-368-1580. So, hey, there was a trade, and I want to ask Keon about this. Keon, so the Grizzlies swapped guys who aren't playing. I don't know why they would do this. They swapped Steven Adams for Victor Home Depot and some draft picks even. So the Grizzlies and the Rockets traded dudes who aren't playing. Why would they do that?
Well,
we like how this guy's not playing better than how the other guy wasn't playing.
I think it's street fight status.
But there's no fighting.
You don't know that.
Unless there's something we don't know.
There might be a street fight coming up.
Is there a street fight, Keon?
I don't believe that there is a street fight coming up.
Thought they had to get some muscle on their team, so they get Adams.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Steven Adams, he ain't played in a while.
He hasn't played in a while.
Victor Elwood Home Depot, he ain't played in a while.
It's been a little bit. He's been dealing with quite frankly, the same nagging injury that's been bothering him for like 3 years.
Yeah. So why would we do this? Why would anyone? I mean, not we. We're not the Grizzlies or the Rockets, but why would anyone do this? Why do a trade that has no impact on either team and then throw some draft picks in there too?
Because for the Rockets, I think they just want to get bigger. You're getting a discount on a guy in Steven Adams because he's injured. So you're basically hoping next year he'll be ready to go. and you'll have gotten him when his price was at his lowest. And then if you're the Grizzlies, you're getting the picks that come along with Victor Oladipo. It's less about Victor Oladipo. It's more about we're getting the picks back.
Exactly what I was going to say.
This all sounds just pointless to me. It just sounds pointless.
The picks aren't pointless. I mean, that's how you build your team.
They traded for the picks, not so much Oladipo.
I mean,
and Adams, they want to get bigger, and they're
the
hoping.
cost of taking Victor Oladipo is getting the picks, and then the Rockets. The Rockets don't think they're a contender this year. So why does it matter if Steven Adams isn't ready to go this year? Their team is young. It's getting better. When he's ready to go next year, hopefully those guys will be on the same page.
Yeah, I don't. Stuff
Why
like
wait for him to get healthy and then trade for him at max value if that's the guy you want?
It just seems dumb.
Like you could wait till the offseason.
It's like buying a fixer-upper.
It never works. It never works.
It does.
What do you mean? You bought a Jeep and you fixed it up.
In the NBA.
I see.
But Steven Adams isn't a fixer-upper.
How many fixer-uppers have you seen actually work? How many fixer-uppers where they're like, hey, we're good?
Where the guy's just hurt, but he can still play? Like Steven Adams' career isn't over. He just hurt himself in January. He was having a pretty good season before that. He's not a fixer-upper. He's just currently injured.
Kind of like a fixer-upper.
So you're getting him while the value's low.
You buy low and you sell high.
That's just every sport is you try and get the guy when his value is the lowest. And all you had to do was give up some picks and Victor Oladipo, who you weren't playing.
I wonder if we'll get traded because our value could never be lower.
I mean, you say that. But
somebody should.
Well, our value never goes above where it is right now.
It's also a good point.
Keeps going down. So
Bruno Baller says Keon GCU having a good regular season. Do you think they'll need to win their conference tournament to make the NCAA tournament?
I still think playing in the WAC, you probably will have to. Yeah. I mean, it's just when you're playing in not one of the power conferences, it is tougher to make that tournament without winning your conference tourney. I think GCU is the best team in the WAC. Just go ahead and win the tournament and don't even have to worry about it.
Hey, well, now I'm confused. Heavy Metal Maniac says, hey guys, just wondering, I did not receive the information to pick up the AEW tickets. Well, you said he wanted the ASU tickets.
Heavy Metal Maniac?
Yeah.
No, he got the AEW. You gave them to him. No questions asked.
Oh,
yesterday.
Right. It was somebody else who decided on the ones. Yeah, he says, I did not receive the information.
Yeah, the Heavy Metal Maniac, I just sent that to you.
Okay, yeah, I don't think you need to pick them up. He's looking to go pick them up.
No, you don't need to pick them up. They are to your email, my friend.
Yeah.
Electronic.
Check that email again, and if you don't have it, let us know, and I'll let
And
Keon
make
know.
sure you check your spam folder, too.
Yeah, why not? It's always a good idea.
I mean, that's where I find Jeffrey's emails all the time.
Why do you have me going to spam?
I didn't do it.
You have to click, this is spam, for me to go to spam.
No, I don't think so.
I'm offended. So can I just tell you that futility, for me, when I first glance, Keon's explained it, but for first glance, I see we've traded for a guy who can't play for a guy who can't play. That is futility. But this is probably the biggest futility you're ever going to see. Let me just read this to you. The Jacksonville Jaguars have asked FanDuel to reimburse them for some or all of approximately $20 million in stolen proceeds a former employee lost on their site, but the company is unwilling to pay. Just even asking, I guess you don't get nothing for not asking, but still, remember we told you about Amit Patel? He was a mid-level finance manager, and he has recently pled guilty to stealing $22 million through a virtual credit card system the Jaguars use for expenses. And he's like, well, my expenses are gambling on FanDuel. And he rang up $20 million. $20 million. And, we've told you about this before, but the dumb thing is Jacksonville Jaguars saying, hey, FanDuel, yeah, that money was stolen from us, and this guy used it to gamble. Can we have that back?
No.
They had to mute the phone, so they couldn't hear the shrieks of laughter on the FanDuel side.
But I understand why the Jaguars are trying this. It's not because it makes any sense. It's more they know that if they sue the guy, he doesn't have the money now.
Yeah. The only chance they have is just, please. They're like, no, I think we got this money fair and clear. It's not our problem that your guy stole it from you. So
I mean, you could sue him, but he
he probably lost it all. But here's what they say. Gambling sites have a duty to perform anti-money laundering, know your client procedures. And when they saw the size of the customer's bet, 20 million far outweighed their income, that should have been a red flag. So they're testing the waters and trying to sue FanDuel for some of that money. So, yeah, but the laughter just probably kept going. They never even got to say that. IR2 is next. Daily Blender.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
This story is called The Ugly Truth About Timeshare. If you think you've done your family a favor by buying a timeshare, you need my help. Hello, I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. 10 years ago, I started helping folks cancel their timeshare. And in the process, started what's now called the timeshare cancellation industry. The ugly truth is when you buy a timeshare, you can't tell me how much it's going to cost or when it's going to end. I recently helped a couple that had their maintenance fees go from $800 to $3,200 a year. They also received a $4,000 assessment for a hurricane that was over 1,000 miles away. Sound crazy? The crazy thing is this never ends. Call my office now. If we take you as a client, I guarantee we'll cancel your timeshare or you'll pay nothing.
Call for your free information kit. Call 800-462-3333. That's 800-462-3333. 800-462-3333.
2 yards should be just a nice, comfortable 9-iron for him. They're going to go nuts when he hits this thing.
What in? The People's Open is back. See the PGA Tour's best teed up at the 2024 WM Phoenix Open presented by Taylor Morrison. February 5th through 11th at TPC Scottsdale. Get tournament and ticket info at WMPhoenixOpen.com.
And we're back down by 3 as Mike Couch gets under centerpiece. Might be a good time to call the end table around play. Here's the snap. Ooh, down he goes. They pulled the rug out from under them on that play.
Yeah, I'm sensing a theme here, Bob.
It's the playoffs, and Salt Creek Furniture has everything you need to watch the games in style. Recliners, sofas, and so much more at prices that are sacking the competition. Salt Creek Furniture, 4 Valley locations. See it all at saltcreekhomefurniture.com.
Hey everybody, it's Mark Asher back to tell you about my great friends over at the Lund Mortgage Team. For years, I've been telling you about refinancing, new home loans, all the great stuff that the Lund Mortgage Team can help you with from start to finish. Now, things have gotten a little crazy, right? The rates were bouncing all over the place. Now they're officially higher than they've been in a long time. And now more than ever, I think it's important to have a mortgage professional that has been there, done that. Any Yahoo can sell you a mortgage when it's 2.75%. Those people are going away. The real professionals are the ones that are staying in business and helping their clients through this kind of tough time out there as far as mortgage rates are concerned. Those people are the Lund Mortgage Team. Matt Oliver, Lisa Lund, they've owned this team for a long time, over 2 decades in the Valley. They are the best in the business, and they will walk you through the process, whether it's refinancing now or probably more importantly, a new home loan. Let them do all the heavy lifting for you. Call today, 623-875-9940. That's 623-875-9940. or online, lundmortgage.com.
Live from the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale.
This is KQFN Tempe.
Also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM.
And K240 U Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
All right, people, settle down. Because it's time.
Time for what? Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's 4 o'clock here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. Got Keon Rose in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580, as we broadcast live in the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale. All right, so, what?
You're looking at me.
I don't know, everything just sounded weird then. Everything sounded very loud and weird. I don't know.
Maybe we finally got our power boost.
Did we get a power boost? Is that what that was?
Yeah.
Oh. So anyway, where were we? Yes, we were just talking about stuff. It's just that weird kind of day. This is a weird show. I feel weird. Yeah. Everything just feels weird to me.
Yeah.
Don't know why. And
well, we're in the studio.
Well, first off, we didn't give away any tickets in the last hour. We were talking about giving away tickets. Then we didn't give away tickets. So now we need to give away tickets twice today. in this
So,
hour. In this hour.
What's the phrase that pays?
Yo mama.
Again, my mom's dead. I don't find that funny at all.
That's actually the phrase that pays. Randy's mom is dead. So if they call in, they got to yell that really loud.
I don't find that funny at all.
It's the only way to win the tickets. You gotta scream
scream.
it in the phone at Keon. Randy's mom is dead. And then you got the tickets.
Please don't do that.
Caller 4 right now, 888-368-1580. Give Keon the phrase that
Don't
pays.
find this funny?
You really don't have to. Just be caller number 4.
Oh, no, they have to. Unless official rules and regulations, it's got to happen now. Anyway, for all Elite Wrestling tickets,
Surprised you're not going to put them on the air, make them scream it on the air.
we can do that if you like. But tickets are on sale right now for AEW Dynamite and AEW Rampage shows. It's on Wednesday, February 7th, and I don't know what time it starts. Do we know what time it starts? What time does it start?
Keon's
I'm looking at the thing here. I don't
Starts
know.
at 5.
5 p.m.
5 p.m.
All right, so 5 p.m. Wednesday, February 7th, and you can go watch the fake wrestling. So, what?
You better not call it that. You got to get a clean clip. and
Oh,
send
I
it
know.
to-
I'll do it. Maybe in the next hour.
I think you should do that anyway, and have some of the wrestlers come down here and throw down on you in the middle of the show.
No, thank you. I don't need to smell oil and coconut. Just no. Some Hawaiian tropic action going here and just yeah. Brother, I don't need
Look, brother,
Don't
there's
need
nothing
that.
fake about this. Watch.
Pineapple Express says, is this show a rerun? I swear I heard this Yo Mama joke just the other day. Oh, it's no joke. It's a requirement now. 888-368-1580. Chief Skull says, Randy's mom is dead. Did I win? No, you got to
No,
call
gotta
in.
call in.
You were supposed to be caller 4. Did I say caller 4?
Yeah, I think you did. Yeah.
Keon is like, I don't want to be a part of this. Starts answering the phone. Raven Kid says, dang it, I'm calling too soon. Caller 2. Well, at your age, premature ejaculation is going to happen.
Yeah, that happens to the young ones.
You just got to calm down a little bit there.
Yeah.
He says, I got out of class too. So you actually were listening in class, your little ear thing.
Well, he's in college.
Then you
so
stepped out of class to call the show and try to win tickets.
that's a loyal fan right there.
I feel like we've corrupted this minor. So who's the winner?
It's Beer Nuts.
Beer Nuts. Didn't he just win some the other day?
Maybe.
That was Beer Bob.
I've got my beer folks confused.
Remember, Fortovich,
It's a 30-day thing.
yeah,
on
you
this.
can only win once in a 30-day period.
I get confused between Beer Bob and Beer Nuts. If Beer Nuts won these tickets and those tickets, you can't be winning all these.
What
damn
about
things.
these nuts?
I don't want to talk about
Yeah,
that.
I think it was Beer Nuts.
Is it? Well, you can't be winning all this stuff, you prize whore. You can't do that. 30-day. Are you not telling people this? You get 30-day rule. The 30-day rule. I let him have the wrestling ticket. What did he win the other day?
ASU.
All right, fine. Let him have them. I got enough wrestling tickets to give away.
There'll be more entertainment at the wrestling show.
Yeah, but there's other people who are trying to win stuff that hadn't won nothing in a while. That's why we usually have a 30-day rule.
You know what's going to happen.
I'm not going to do take backsies, but everybody's got to know. He probably didn't know that. I'm not giving him a hard time. It's not Beer Nuts' problem. But we got to just remember 30-day rule, everybody. 30-day rule.
You know what's going to happen.
See,
What's that?
Raven Kid's going to hear this.
Yeah.
And he's going to call, and I want my tickets.
I don't care what he wants. Get used to disappointment, Raven Kid.
Yeah, see, the rules of radio winners unclear to me on account of I worked at a radio station previously, almost literally operating out of a closet. So we didn't have things to give away.
30-day rule.
30-day rule.
You can only win unless I say 30-day rule exempt. But all right, so I'll let Beer Nuts have it. Raven Kid says, I was done with class for the day. I'm a good student. Okay.
But you said you got out of class to call.
Yeah, I don't know what he's talking about. Manitoba and Moose says, rigged. 30-day rule needs to be enforced. Dude, you're in Canada. You can't even use these tickets.
The last person that should be complaining.
Heavy Metal Maniac says, I got my tickets. There you go. Bruno Baller says, rest in peace, Apollo Creed, a.k.a. Carl Weathers. Probably my favorite Rocky movie was Rocky 3, but we all know he didn't do very well in Rocky 4 against Ivan Drago. I want to go see who played Ivan Drago. I forgot his name. I want to see what he's tweeted about this. Like, he died. I must break you. He said it right. It's like, he dies. And now he's like, he dead. I mean, he got to do something like that. If he dies, he dies. Baker's Cocky Hen says, well, that guy who spent all the money of the Jaguars there, he must have bet the Jags would make the playoffs. Man, I want to know what he betted on for $20 million.
Yeah. I want to know if he takes the $20 million and bets, wins, and does he give just the $20 million back?
I'm pretty sure if you steal money and you use it to
what's
bet,
right.
No. If you use it to bet and then you get caught, they take all the money.
I know that's what can happen. Yes.
Yeah. Last Optimist says there is a federal law that requires gambling establishments to ensure funds spent there were obtained legally and will hold them liable if the funds were stolen. Ooh.
Oh, so they might have been laughing over at the offices there at old FanDuel, but legally,
I smell a settlement because the Jaguars are like, hey, can we please have our money back? Some of our money back? And then FanDuel's, and then they're like, no, we can go to court. And they're like, damn it. So they'll probably split the difference or something. 10 million. I don't know. Whatever the case. Honestly, though, can I just say, though, yes, federal law, if it requires gambling establishments ensure funds spent there obtained legally, okay, that's fine. But there is some responsibility that how do you go 3 years and an employee stealing $20 million from you and you don't notice?
$1 and $2 bets.
And by the way, you know how they said it?
Just a bad gambler with an addiction. Yeah.
This guy's the worst gambler ever.
So
Keishon Butte levels of.
The sad part about this is, and I said it earlier, I'll say it again. The way the Jaguars found out about it is they were informed by FanDuel. Or this guy could have kept going and going and going. Could have been 10 years later at $100 million. It just if I've got $10 missing out of my bank account, I know it.
Talk about big cha-cha bongos. I mean,
but I'm pretty
how
sure.
does this guy take his digital credit card and then deposit $20 million in a FanDuel account? I mean, that guy, and nobody found this out?
I think you understand. That's not how it worked. It was a credit card situation where they used for expenses. So he was using the team's card to gamble. He wasn't passing it through his own account. He was funding his gambling account.
So that's actually worse for both the Jaguars and FanDuel because the card, like when I put my card into whatever gambling app, it's basically like, well, hold on, we'll send like a charge to your bank, like a 2 or 3 cent charge just to make sure, you know, the validity of it and that it's you, you know, like there's a whole process of confirming that the card belongs to that person. If it belongs to your employer, FanDuel should have picked up on that.
That's what I'm saying.
Wow.
FanDuel should have picked up on it, but then also the employer should have seen that
should have noticed the missing $20 million over the course of 3 years. Yeah,
that should have kept coming up on a line or something.
Like, who keeps
Nobody was
charging
auditing
this to FanDuel. I don't understand.
Baker's Cocky Hen says he found an algorithm that took a fraction of a penny on each payment to the Jaguars issued and auto deposited it. That's not true. That's the plot of Office Space. That's not what it is.
I was like, that sounds familiar.
Yeah.
Not at all like what happened.
That's what they did in Office Space. Bruno Baller says Dolph Lundgren played Ivan Drago. That's it. Dolph Lundgren. Yeah, I want to see what he's tweeting today. Beer Nut says, hey, thank you for letting this one slide. Yeah, man, you didn't know any better. He says, yeah, but I'm going to take my 9-year-old son to the sporting event thing I win from the Fanatic, and he really enjoys them. I was pretty amazed how much he enjoyed that ASU basketball game. Well, glad he did. And like I said, not your fault, but there is a 30-day rule. Bruno Baller says, just goes to show you how much money NFL teams make if 20 million can get by them. 22 million, but yeah. Ralph from Harmon Solar says, I'm impressed Raven Kid is in school. What is it, beauty school?
Oh, damn. Here we go.
Have you met him? Clearly, not beauty school. Raven Kid says, rest in peace, Chubbs from Happy Gilmore. What'd you do to your camera? Did you just fall over? You know, if you hadn't just come in here and started knocking things around earlier today.
Oh yeah, this is my fault.
Yeah, it's karma.
I'll come fix that for you.
I'll fix it.
I'll come fix it for you.
I'll fix it.
No, it seems like you need a little help over there.
Oh, I need a lot of help.
Big George says hashtag justice for Raven Kid. He's got plenty of justice. He's young. Moist One says, hey, if I win, can I resell those SJW tickets? I don't know what SJW is. We have AEW tickets. And the answer is no. You can't resell any of this stuff. These are comp. Last Optimist. Last Optimist says he was in charge of expense reports and stuff. So yeah, so he was the one who would have audited this thing.
Oh man.
He just listed his FanDuel expenses as team hotel, food, and flights. Ah, I see. So I guess when you're in charge of it, that's an easy way to cover it. Wilbur says Ralph is talking crap. Ralph looks like he fell out of the ugly tree and hit every branch on the way down. Raven Kid says, beer nuts, your son enjoyed an ASU basketball game? Shocked. Yeah, well, Raven Kid, now you're not eligible to win anything. You're banned.
Didn't he say his son was 8?
Yeah.
Like
9
or 9?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I remember going to my first basketball game around that age. You're just happy to be watching basketball. You don't know what's going on.
Poor Raven Kid ain't going to get any more tickets to do anything now. I don't know. What a shame. Oh, 888-368-1580. Yeah, was I standing up for him earlier?
Yes.
Was I?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. See, I was standing up for you, and that's what you get. Anyway, did we give away the tickets? Yeah. Okay. You know what? I think we need to do it again.
Beer nuts.
Can we do it again? Let's do it again now. Let's see. Beer nuts, you are no longer eligible. Let someone else win now. Let's go caller 4 again right now. 888-368-1580 to win the All Elite Wrestling tickets for Wednesday, February 7th. You'll get to see AEW Dynamite and AEW Rampage. You might see Chris Jericho. You might see Adam Copeland. You might see, I don't know who you're going to see. Look it up. But still, I guess the show starts at 5 p.m. And oh my God, hours and hours of wrestling fun. You can edit right there. I have no idea else what to say.
Take that clip right there.
Yeah, I don't even know what else to say about this. But it's at the Footprint Center Wednesday. So good luck. Yes. That should be enough.
You put on a very brave face there, Jeffrey. Very brave.
Yeah. I don't know why we're doing this. Hey, they listen.
What
the whole thing about memorabilia? You know that memorabilia is a weird thing.
Yes,
and one of the weirdest things I have ever seen in memorabilia actually came across the desk just yesterday, but we didn't get a chance to talk about it. But it's weird. It's very strange, and what it is somebody back in the day.
Back in the day,
we're talking 1700s.
All right,
back in like the 1700s.
Right at the very beginning of sports memorabilia.
Not sports.
Yes,
back in the 1700s. You saw a lady like, oh, alas, fair window face, break, whatever. I don't know what they said.
Hello, my lady.
Yeah, sure. And like 285 years ago, like, oh, I think she's a real hottie. So I
don't think they talked like that back then.
You start to court her, right? And you want to give
tennis or
no
basketball.
You want to date her.
Oh, geez. Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you a gift.
A gift.
I'm going to give her a gift, and she'll know I'm serious. And
about courting her.
Yeah. Back then, fruit was not easy to get. Yeah. So 285 years ago,
yes,
19th century, this guy is like, hello, my lady. I'd like to gift you a lemon. And gave her a lemon.
Why not cantaloupe?
Because he had a lemon.
Like a pair of cantaloupes.
Well, I mean, those you can grow.
Oh.
But lemon, that's, that is from a faraway land.
Okay, lemon. All right.
So fast forward 285 years. This cabinet was brought into an auction house by a family who says, yeah, we our uncle died. We got this cabinet. So you're taking pictures of it to put it in for sale. They open it up and there's a lemon sitting there.
A lemon.
A 285-year-old lemon. And it had an inscription on it, an old-timey print given by Mr. P. Lou Franchini, November 4th, 1739, to Miss E. Baxter.
Really?
I don't know who wrote that on there. Like he wrote it on and said, "Hello, Miss E. Baxter. This is to you from me." I don't know if it was mailed that way.
It is a lemon.
Like he said, "Take this over to Miss Baxter immediately." And somebody ran it over, go, "This is for you." But it was a gift and it went unopened. That's the other thing. If somebody sends you a lemon, you're like, "Oh, thank you." Do you not make use of the lemon?
Apparently not. It's got an inscription on it. That would be a keeper.
Yeah, the yank just soaked through it. So Miss E. Baxter is like, "What a dip bleep. I can't use this. It's got a bunch of poisonous ink in it now."
He used ink?
Yeah.
The hell's he thinking?
Yeah, I got a picture here. I can't show it on the thing, but it looks pretty nasty nowadays. 285 years later, that lemon is seen better. It's not yellow.
All right.
It's not yellow anymore.
Okay. Brown.
So, but get this. So we talk about memorabilia, like Michael Jordan's championship sneakers selling for $8 million.
Yeah.
This lemon, 285 years old.
Yes.
Found in a cabinet in England.
Smelly.
Just auctioned off itself for $1,780.
A dead lemon.
Yeah. It was dried out, round, very well preserved, but it's brown and leathery looking. And it's got the inscription I told you about. And the auction house was like, let's give it a shot. And they started at $50 and it went up to $1,780.
Huh.
The cabinet it was in,
yeah,
that went for $40.
$40?
Yeah.
But they're both nearly 300 years old.
Yeah.
You could at least use the cabinet.
You can't confirm the cabinet is that old.
Oh, sure you can.
Does it have some sort of marking on it?
Oh, yeah. They got ways of finding out stuff.
I think that's easier to test, honestly, than the lemon. But
the lemon,
you telling me they're going to carbon date a cabinet?
But what are you going to do with the lemon? Just look at it? At least if you get a pair of Michael Jordan shoes, like there's an idea of what you're looking at. It's like, okay.
What, are you going to wear those?
I'm going to show you guys.
You shouldn't.
So I'm going to, on my Twitter account here, it's a link to an Instagram thing where you can actually see the lemon. If you were so inclined to. So the link is on my at Radio Pal 1580, and you see it, you'll be like, "Huh, I'll be darned." Yeah. All right. So there you go. Lemon. Okay.
$1,780 for the lemon.
Yeah, because it had writing on it in old timey writing. You can tell it was written on it back then. So I don't know if the girl was like, "Oh, that's sweet," or maybe her parents were like, "Let's keep track of who's courting her." And so they wrote on there who that was from and to and all that. I have no idea. But I would really like to know how this lemon, did it work? Did Mr. P. Lou Franchini get some?
I don't think so. You didn't even bother to use the lemon.
There's a lot right here. There's a lot. There's a lot of text on the text line we got to get to.
By the way, Whistling Gerbil.
Oh, my God. Whistling Gerbil. Congratulations. Wow. I thought you were going to say beer nuts again.
I should have.
We talked about this.
I should have. Yeah.
All right. Let's take a break. We'll come back. I'll get caught up on your texts. And we got a lot of sports stuff to talk about. We keep kind of, I don't know. I feel like I'm meandering today.
That's okay. It's a Friday.
Yeah, okay.
What do you say we just cut loose and let Keon handle it from here?
We were threatening Keon that he would have to do like a 3-hour version of Keon Rose's college basketball dance party. And we were just going to head on out to like the bar. He does not find that amusing.
No, he's not laughing at all. Yeah. How's it feel now, Keon?
Yeah. It's a Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, trying to find a needle in a haystack. But not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Hey, Jeffrey O'Brien here. And listen, Phoenix has had over 53 days of 110 degree plus this summer. This last July alone, we had 30 consecutive days of 110 plus. And this summer heat might just be the new normal for summers here in Arizona. What you need to do is call Harmon Solar today. Harmon Solar could save you over 80% off your electric bills. They're a locally owned, family-owned company. Call Harmon Solar for a free estimate. 800-281-3189. That's 800-281-3189 or go to harmonsolar.com.
Frankie drives end-to-end, scoops it up and in with 2 seconds left. Frankie Collins end-to-end. Join the action at Desert Financial Arena and catch the final home matchups with Stanford and Cal as Pac-12 Conference foes. Collins over to Lance for 3. Bullseye! Get your tickets today by calling 480-965-5812 or go online to sundeviltickets.com. Sun Devil men's basketball. Onward to victory.
Come join American Furniture Warehouse and see our amazing deals on sofas, sectionals, recliners, bedroom furniture and mattresses, dining room furniture and accessories. AFW has the latest styles, largest selection, and lowest prices anywhere. Our warehouses are full and ready for you to take your new furniture home today. At American Furniture Warehouse, you'll find the perfect items for your space at a price you'll love. Visit one of our 3 Phoenix area showrooms or shop online at afw.com. afw.com.
Did you know Bash's is the exclusive discount ticket sponsor of the 36th Annual Arizona Renaissance Festival? Stop by customer service today to pick up your tickets. Don't miss the action and adventure at this year's festival every weekend from February 3rd through March 31st, including President's Day, Monday, February 19th. To check out this year's festivities, visit arizona.renfestinfo.com. Huzzah!
What's up, everybody? Nick Costos here, host of You Better You Bet, reminding you to check out the show. Now, why should you check out You Better You Bet? Because we bring you the most fun. We bring you the most insightful, the most entertaining show in the wagertainment world. From up-to-the-minute breakdowns of backdoor covers, bad beats, and the cheers and tears that come alongside them. Plus, you'll get the best betting analysis anywhere from myself, Ken Barkley, and some of the best minds in the sports wagering world. So tune in weekdays, noon to 3 on Arizona Sports Betting Station, 1580 and 99.3, The Fanatic.
Stay Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic. All right. We have a crap ton of text, so let's get caught up here. I'll start from the bottom here. Pierre is on the text line, says, hello guys, am I eligible to win the FX wrestling tickets with the big show and the Rock? I'm going to come down to just blow some smoke against the fake wrestlers. Your fake pig record. No. You have to actually live here and or at least be able to use it. You're not going to fly down for this.
Be here in town. Yeah.
Raven Kid thinks I blocked his number. He says, my call didn't even get picked up that time. Dang. Well, a lot of people are trying to call in and win the tickets, Raven Kid.
Yeah, and also if you call after 4th, well.
Yeah, he didn't answer. There's no reason to answer at that point. So, Silly Wabbit says, well, I think if you guys were back then, you would have given him a couple of grapes.
Given
like
this Francelli guy
or 2 grapes and maybe a carrot. I don't know what you're talking about. Mr. Wilbur says that gives new meaning to the phrase sourpuss. All right. Heavy Metal Maniac says, did you see that Carl Weathers from the Rocky series passed? Yeah, Heavy Metal, we kind of opened the show with it an hour and a half ago, but that's all right. Moist One says she was supposed to use the lemon to wash herself before a night filled with passion.
I don't think that's true in any way, shape, or form.
Either. But instead, somebody wrote on it.
Yeah, I don't think that's true any way, shape, or form.
Big George is hung up on that. He's like, wow, only $40 for the cabinet?
I know. We were talking during the break. I said it's probably the best cabinet they've ever had. The way they used to make furniture.
Think could survive nuclear fallout, probably.
Exactly. It kept the lemon fresh for 285 years.
Exactly.
They only paid $40.
Right. Bruno Baller says citrus, such as lemons, needs very sunny climates to grow. Yeah, I know. That's why it would be an exceptional thing. That's why you didn't see too many back in England. You're right, Bruno.
So
Baller.
It's kind of like the Shroud of Turin then.
Yes, it's the lemon of Turin.
There you go.
Last Optimist says, I believe way back then, a guy would say something like, Come, my lady. Come, my lady. You're my butterfly. Sugar, baby. Come, my lady. You're my pretty baby. I'll make your legs shake. Make me go crazy. That is true. That is actually
does sound something.
authentic,
Yeah.
English
from the 1700s.
poetry.
Yeah,
Sure, might have
absolutely.
gotten some action if he wrote that on the lemon.
Yeah, I mean, wow.
Yeah, that lemon was not that big.
You have to abbreviate.
Yeah. Hefty Lefty says that lemon looked like a fossilized turd that a dung beetle would roll around. Oh, you saw it on my Twitter.
Well,
thing
it
there.
is nearly 3 centuries old. That tends to happen.
Everything turns brown when it gets old.
I know I am.
So, Manitoban Moose says, didn't you say yesterday Raven Kid was going to die in 3 years at the age of 24? No, I never said that. I just said it'd be all right if he did. I mean, it's not my business what he does. Hamilton Porter says, afternoon, guys. So the Raiders have officially been eliminated from the playoffs next year. Yep. So here's what Hamilton Porter's talking about. First, they officially, I believe, hired Cliff Kingsbury as their offensive coordinator.
Strike one.
They brought in Marvin Lewis because Marvin Lewis was also with ASU when Antonio Pierce was. So he's there as an assistant head coach. And then, just to make things better, they're interviewing Hugh Jackson for a job on the offensive staff. Hugh Jackson, a guy as a coach who went 3-36-1, 3-36 and a tie,
including the, of course, entire one season that he simply did not win an NFL game.
0 games won.
Well, there is that one tie though.
The tie,
but the tie happened in a different season. Everything else that happened in that one season that he didn't win, those were all losses. That was an 0-16.
So Antonio Pierce needs to be relieved of hiring people duty, you know?
But you can't. Like, the coach has to hire his staff.
No, there's a grown-up's got to walk in the room at some point. Yeah, Antonio Pierce is a motivator of men. He did a pretty good job as a coach. But now, what is he doing? Who are these people he's bringing in?
I could see him bringing in Marvin Lewis because I'm sure they bonded at ASU, and he probably has a lot of respect for him. And with Antonio Pierce not being a head coach in the NFL,
Marvin Lewis is the only one that makes even a little sense.
But I don't understand Hugh Jackson or what's his name?
Hugh Jackson.
Hugh Jackson.
Hugh Jackson.
And I certainly don't understand Cliff. So. Yeah.
Moist one's right. He'll probably bring in Herm Edwards next.
Just go for it. He'll coach your defense.
Why not? Herm's going to stay in Connecticut and do his ESPN thing.
But it would
never see us come.
This is the reason why teams want to know when they interview you. What's your network? Who do you know to pick up the phone and call?
And yet they still hired him.
His network is everybody he knew in Arizona, plus Hugh Jackson. Somehow Hugh Jackson. I have no idea. No idea how he actually made that connection.
Hugh Jackson he was the offensive coordinator under Marvin Lewis at one point. So
okay, that's so
if you hire Marvin Lewis,
Antonio Pierce is like, hey, welcome to the club here. Who do you think I should call? Hugh Jackson? Then later Marvin's like, I was joking. You called him? What are you doing? I thought for sure you could tell that was a joke. Oh, God, now we got to talk to him.
Hugh Jackson wasn't a bad coordinator when he was a coordinator, though. He just should never, ever, ever be a head coach ever again.
Some of these will be jokes.
Baker's Cocky Hens, Hugh Jackman.
A little higher there.
Hugh Jackman's a better football coach than that joke of a coach that had to jump in Lake Erie. No, Hugh Jackson is the coach. Hugh Jackman is Wolverine. And he's in the new Deadpool movie. Lacrosse guy says, how could he hire Dingleberry? I know.
It was easy. Picked the phone up and Dingleberry said, yes,
of course. I didn't think I'd get anywhere near the NFL ever again.
Dingleberry's like, I've been to Taiwan. Let's do this. Hefty Lefty says, I haven't seen all the Rocky movies, so I wasn't aware of the Apollo Creed nicknames, but the Count of Monte Fisto. That sounds like a pretty hilarious name of a parody promo there, I guess. Yeah.
The Count of what?
Monte Fisto.
You can't even Google that.
Like you're gonna punch a guy.
It's just
it means different things now.
Yeah.
But back in his day,
I am the Count of Monte Fisto. Why are you all laughing? Why is everybody laughing? Raven Kid says, Ralph, I go to school at GCU. Meanwhile, are we sure you even completed middle school with your ice cold takes? Suck it, Ralph.
Ice cold.
Wow, that only took him an hour to come up with. Yeah. Talk about ice cold takes.
I don't even know if Ralph is still listening.
He sent that at 4:26. Ralph sent his in 25 minutes ago. So, wow. Oh,
Ralph's half buried under some bar somewhere.
Big George is like, damn, the Raiders going to hire Todd Graham, Dirk Cutter, Pat Murphy next?
Oh, my God.
Maybe Dirk Cutter.
Moist one now has gone on to the Count of Monte Cristo, but I'm just going to leave that one alone. Hefty Lefty says Hugh Janus is not a football coach either. Because when you say it's Hugh Janus,
he's trying to get you to say that.
We got it. We got it. It's not subtle.
Manitoban Moose says no. Count of Monte Cristo is a porno. I've seen it. He's sorry about that.
And that's why I said don't even Google it.
I'm not. Who Googled it? Why would you Google it?
I'm not saying anybody did. I'm saying just as a warning for those with innocent ears who maybe not know better. Just don't.
By now, there's nobody like that listening to the show.
Hugh
Janus.
Janus. That's wrong. That in so many ways. Wow.
Whatever. Swazman says, hey, Jeffrey, LIV Golf was on CW today. Great to see John Rahm join all those stars. It's fun. I can name more Live Tour golf players than I can PGA. That's how you can tell they're stealing real players.
Are they, though?
Well, thank you for supporting terrorism. 888-368-1580. So,
team golfing format. Oh, let's go.
Hey, Keon, am I wrong, or is your new head coach actually thinking about Chip Kelly for his staff?
No, you're not wrong.
So
his name has come up.
Chip Kelly for coordinator, defense,
offensive coordinator.
Yeah. How do you feel about that?
I'm okay with it. I like it. I think that if you get a Chip Kelly, somebody who's innovated college offenses in the past, who was, he had mixed results in the NFL as a head coach, but he did take over an Andy Reid team that went 4-12, and then he went 10-6 back-to-back years. The players just hated him, so they ran him out of town. But that's because he runs hard practices. He wants his offense to be fast, and so he conditions guys that way. I've got no problem with it, especially if they go out and maybe draft like a Jaden Daniels at quarterback. Now you've got a guy that pretty much would fit right into a college style offense.
You know who else is looking into him is the Raiders. But the Raiders, Chip Kelly actually has won a few things, so they probably will not fit in with the Raiders.
Probably not,
because they're not looking for that, obviously.
No, Antonio Pierce is like, I apparently want to be the only winning voice in the room. I don't understand.
So this is interesting to me. So what's going to be different with Chip Kelly this time? Is he not going to come in and work these guys hard and try to get that up-tempo offense?
He's just not going to be the head coach. So he's not going to do that with the entire team, and he's going to be limited by whatever it is that Dan Quinn wants. Like if you're running the guys into the ground, Dan Quinn might be able to step in and say, hey, maybe back off like 10%.
Ralph from Harmon Solar says, Raven Kid, GCU, good for you. BYW, I'm out in OKC, and I think you could actually get a date out here based on what I've been seeing. Damn. Manitoban Muse says, can Huge Anus be a new text or nickname?
No.
I can almost guarantee Radio Ron will not allow that.
But we could pass it through with like Hugh Janus.
Hugh Janus. No. Kiss the Cook says, Count of Monte Fisto. Is that on the same shelf as the Deep Cakes 9?
Isn't it time for a break?
Good God, y'all. Sun Devil Raul says, oh no, Carl Weathers, sad. Don't you guys just love that great actor, Hugh Jackman, star of Wolverine and other X-Men movies? Yeah, he seems like a pretty good guy. Yeah, he's pretty good. He was pretty good.
Yeah, except for those razor sharp claws that came out of his hand. I bet that hurt.
It's not real.
What?
It's not real.
I saw it come out of his hand. He did this, and then it came out of his hand.
That's special effects, man. That's not real. If you could actually do that, you wouldn't be in movies.
Can you imagine grabbing a fork or something to eat and just wham, and those come out of your hand there? Now you can just start hitting peas with that. Like if there's peas and chicken, you're just like boink, 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 boink.
Mhm. Yeah, you just put a little like a wing on each one of them.
There it is.
Yeah. Sun Devil Raul says huge Ackman. It's a big Ackman. Swazman
Enormous.
says,
Yeah.
Jeffrey, have you ever seen the coverage or the LIV line, live line when putting? They're pretty technologically advanced. It's a good TV product. Yeah, I know, but terrorism. So I ain't going to watch it. Moist One says, I love Carl Weathers and Humpy Fillmore. Okay, we're not watching the same movies as you, Moist One. We're not watching that.
And if it's a parody of a movie,
yeah, still,
it's not Carl Weathers
Yeah.
you're watching. It's
Yeah,
just
I know.
a different person entirely.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Baker's Cocky Hen says, hopefully Quinn has learned how to handle his coordinators since Shanahan cost them that Super Bowl.
Handle.
I mean,
what way?
I mean,
Manage?
in
Oh,
that
okay.
Kyle
All right.
Shanahan was
All right.
like, "Oh, we're up 28-3. What if we never ran the ball again?" Yeah, maybe step in and say something, Dan. That's an unfortunate way to have to learn that particular lesson. That you're the head coach and you can step in and tell your play caller, "Hey, why don't we call a run? Maybe burn some of the clock, so we don't blow this entire game." That'd be nice.
You sure you want Dan Quinn?
If Dan Quinn takes this team to a Super Bowl and loses,
Yeah.
it'll be the furthest they've been in 25 years. Yes.
Man.
what question are we even asking here?
Can I just say,
haven't been to a title game in 25 years. What are we doing?
I don't know if you're the right or the wrong person to work at a woman's shelter as a Washington Commandos fan, but I think that you'd have some similar conversations with people down there.
I really don't.
The abuse you've been through as a fan.
No,
and the way you talk about things.
I just think I just think that people looking at the Dan Quinn hire and going, yeah, he blew the lead in a Super Bowl, is forgetting the part where he blew the lead in a Super Bowl. I would like to go to one.
But people say with a team that somebody else gave him.
I mean, you can say that, but did the guy that coached the team before, was he going to a Super Bowl? Oh, wait, no, he didn't. He was not even close.
It's all in the way you spin it, though.
Yes,
Yeah.
Dan Quinn came in and he put together a great staff and got the most out of those players. And then the next year, they were one Julio Jones foot down from going back to the NFC title game again. So it's not like the guy can't coach.
Last Optimist says Dan Quinn has shown repeatedly that he has a plan and he will never divert from it, no matter what the cost.
Well, I mean,
ever.
I don't know that that's true.
He didn't have a plan in that game against
Nope.
Against the Packers.
Hey, we're winning. Oh, we lost.
Yeah, it's just got obliterated. Sure.
Hey, not again. Hamilton Porter says, I, as a Lions fan, have been through way more abuse in my life than Keon. Oh, I don't know. That's close. Browns,
I mean, it's
Lions, Washington Commandos.
It's only close now. Had the Lions not become what Dan Campbell made them, it wouldn't be close. It would be Lions by a mile. But like recently, yeah, you guys are having a good run. I hope you can cash in and get one Super Bowl. Be nice.
I'm a little confused here. Sun Devil Ray Will says we're not pronouncing his name right. He says, pronounce his name correctly. It's Huge Ackman. It's not Hugh Jackman. Well, the guy we're talking about is Hugh Jackson. So, yeah, I don't think you're right either.
No, Hugh Jackson is a coach. Hugh Jackman is the actor.
Mm-hmm.
He's the guy with those silver things that come out of his fist.
Skeleton of adamantium,
He's a song and dance man, too. He's a Broadway guy.
Oh, no kidding.
I'm just saying. He's very...
He almost turned down he almost was not Wolverine because he almost turned it down to be in Oklahoma on Broadway. Yeah.
Is that where the wind comes whipping down the plains?
The very place. Ralph stuck there.
That's where Ralph is.
Ralph has chosen unwisely.
I think he's getting a
He didn't
whipping of a
choose.
different kind.
I don't think.
Yeah. Lost Toby says Shanahan is overrated. Okay. He's in the Super Bowl again, though. So Average Joe says people give Quinn so much crap for that Super Bowl, and yet Pete Carroll is probably the worst call of Super Bowl history, and he gets a pass. Yeah. Not handing the ball to Marshawn Lynch right there was a bad idea.
And it was on the goal line, and it was his decision to make.
You know why I'm not mad about that? Two reasons. One, I'm not a Seahawks fan, and two, I had a bet on that game, and that saved my ass. That interception made me money. And I was like, oh, thank God, thank God. Oh, I love you. Oh, this is great. All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, let's talk some more NFL stuff. It's a Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
The IRS is the most powerful collection agency on earth. And if you owe back taxes, the news isn't good. The IRS is raising the interest rate it charges on unpaid taxes, and further rate hikes are expected. Most people don't know it, but the IRS adds interest charges to your tax debts daily. So if you owe the IRS today, you'll owe even more tomorrow. And it doesn't stop until you get right with the IRS. The good news is getting right can start with one phone call to Optima Tax Relief, America's #1 tax relief firm. Optima's tax professionals specialize in the Fresh Start Initiative, a powerful IRS program that can save you thousands if you qualify. In fact, the experts at Optima have resolved over $1 billion in tax debt for their clients. Call now for a free consultation.
Call 800-709-7022. 800-709-7022. 800-709-7022.
Optima Tax Relief. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-8695. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. There is zero risk to you. If we can't reduce your tax debt, then you pay nothing. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have a 5-star rating on Google and Yelp and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-8695. That's 800-575-8695. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Frankie drives end-to-end, scoops it up and in with 2 seconds left. Frankie Collins end-to-end. Join the action at Desert Financial Arena and catch the final home matchups with Stanford and Cal as Pac-12 conference foes. Collins over to Lance for 3. Bullseye! Get your tickets today by calling 480-965-5812 or go online to sundeviltickets.com. Sun Devil men's basketball. Onward to victory.
Our Chandler police benefit from serving a supportive community. That strong partnership equips our police with the support, training, and technology needed to keep our city and employees safe. Our sunny skies and active lifestyle offer personal and family time for the desired work-life balance. Find your fit with the Chandler Police Department. Learn more at jointeamchandler.com. This message is sponsored by the City of Chandler.
1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Live and local.
Today, Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. Now we got Texture on Texture Crime.
Oh.
T-Licious says, Lost Toby, you're overrated and about as likable as Ralph. Also, suck it.
Wow.
Yeah. He didn't like the Lost Toby said that Shanahan was overrated.
With a PS right on there.
It was very emotional right there.
Yeah.
Lost Toby, all he had to say after that was happy, what is that, Tater Tot Day? Yeah, okay. It's Groundhog's Day.
Well, it's
sure
National Tater Tot Day as well.
So, I've been getting the Sunday ticket for years.
Yes.
And I don't know. If, I wouldn't probably get it if I could just choose the games that I was going to watch. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't pay the $300, $350. And for a while, I didn't. For a while, because I had DirecTV, I would call them annually and I would threaten to cancel my subscription. And they'd be like, hey, whoa. How would you like the Sunday ticket? I'm like, well, fine. And I do this. It got to be where I'd call up. Hey, Bob, how you doing? Yeah. Going to threaten to quit again? Yeah. You got the Sunday ticket? Thanks. All right. I'll see you next year. Bye. It was like that. They knew. It was all just this.
They had your number on the wall there. If this guy calls from this number.
Right. So, that went that way for a couple of years. But And then now the YouTube TV, that changed the way I did everything. I got rid of DirecTV. I got the YouTube TV, which, by the way, I'm pretty happy with. I'm pretty happy with YouTube TV.
All right.
Not thrilled that they don't have Channel 3 on there. That made me have to go out and get an antenna for the TV so I could watch Suns games.
Yeah.
Which is working out fine.
Okay.
You know, I don't know. It's not great.
See,
because I like to pause things. I like to rewind things.
Well, you can
like
pause. You can pause in DirecTV.
Not regular TV. I got an antenna. For Channel 3.
Okay, I got you.
I got
I'm with you.
YouTube
Yeah, I'm
TV
with
for
you.
everything
All right.
else. And so even that's the thing. My wife, we're watching on CBS. We're watching on the antenna, and she's like, "Oh, pause it, go back." I'm like, "Sorry, honey, can't do that." Why? Because I'm watching regular TV. So, no, honey, please just don't make me feel bad here. I can't pause live TV. I also can't fast forward through the commercials in live TV.
Well, see,
Stop asking me.
I wonder if I wonder if instead of YouTube TV,
yeah,
do they have the Channel 3 on Fubo? They got the MLB network.
I don't know what they have on Fubo.
And so if I'm thinking about changing, dumping these lackeys over at
You got a
YouTube
giant
TV.
computer screen right in front of you. Why don't you look it up?
Well, I have it. That's a good idea.
Just look it up.
The problem is,
You tell us.
when I look at Fubo or Fubar, what is it?
I don't know. Fubo.
Fubo. F-U-B-O.
So
F-U.
What?
B-O.
You just say you
I
just
do
F
not.
you. You got BO.
What
not
the
you got
hell
BO.
has happened here,
I'm just
Keon?
against body odor.
Very
All
rude.
That's a good way to remember it.
Wow.
F you and your BO. Then you remember Fubo.
What was I saying?
I'm sure that's great advertising for them. I'm thinking like, wow, I like this kid's thinking. So anyway, what were you saying?
I don't remember now.
I mean, dude, does Fubo have the channel?
Right. Does
channel 3?
Fubar have the Channel 3?
Right.
Because what I understand is they got the ESPN.
Do they have?
They got the Fox Sports.
Why don't you just search
They
it
got,
and
well,
look?
see, but that's the problem. Every time
put it
I
in
look
there.
up Fubar TV,
Yeah.
I don't get their channel list. I want to know what the hell their channel list is.
Keon, could you look this up for us, please?
Yeah, this is from the Fubo TV support page. Local programming is included with the all U.S. English base plans.
Is Channel 3 on there?
I'm assuming yes.
But what about see?
But
Look,
Fubo don't have the Sunday ticket.
well, I don't know about that.
My life revolves around the Sunday ticket.
See, but
They do
all
not
they
have the Sunday
all
ticket,
they
no.
show on here is the NFL Network.
You're not helping, by the way.
They got
Just
the
want you to know that
FX.
right now.
I don't care about
You're not helping.
ACCN. They've got the ABC, the Channel 5. They don't have the Channel 3 on
If
here.
you go to the support page, it says, all right, if you're looking for a specific
Support
local
page.
channel, enter a call sign in the box below and see all the local programming.
Viper.
here.
KTVK.
Viper.
I think it is. Is it KTVK for Channel 3?
the hell is the support page? See, that's another thing here.
All right. You know what, Randy? How about this? We'll let Keon handle it.
Maverick.
Stop screaming at me.
Viper.
What?
It's you said to go to the support page and enter a call sign.
No,
Rattler.
That's not what they mean. Why don't you just go ahead and just close? go ahead and
Merlin.
close the screen.
What?
I think you'd be better off. We just close the screen here. Just close the screen. So
Smokey the Bear.
yeah, it shouting at it doesn't help either. You just. By the way, so Sunday ticket, is over, and now I'm left wondering what I'm going to do because that was an awful lot of money to pay, and I didn't even like the way they did. Oh, by the way, they figured out. Remember my complaint? I was like, I want to choose because you only can see so many 4 on the screen at a time, and I wanted to choose which ones those were, and I couldn't. I was like flipping around just looking for the best ones, and I do the best I could. But I didn't like how that worked. And now they says, oh, yeah, we're going to have that next year. Oh, you bastards. So, so now here's the thing. I may not have to even get Sunday ticket. And this is what I'm very excited about. And I hope happens. So the Sunday ticket antitrust class action lawsuit is going to trial this June. And if anything happens with this in a quick enough time, you might have been able to force the NFL and the provider, which right now is YouTube, to allow single game access. And if I were to just pay to see my Colts play when I want to, or, oh, what's the big matchup? Oh, that's not on TV this week. All right, I'll get that through the Sunday ticket thing. I think life would be a lot better because you can't watch 8 games at a time. You just can't. You know, I can have them on the screen and kind of look over and see how things are going every now and then, but I'm not really watching it, right? So I want to be able to pick the game I want to watch. And if I got to pay a little money for it, great. If I had to pay $5 for a game every time I watched it, this is only 18 weeks. So 18 times 5 is still a damn sight cheaper than what we're paying now.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
For those of you at home, it's $190. I saw the wheels turning for Keon, and his wheels turn. He's like, I give up.
Yeah, no, they turn for about a half second, and then they just stop turning. Like, what are we doing? Math? No.
Yeah.
I'm still looking for the support page here on FUBAR TV.
Probably just stop, Brandon.
I'm just looking here. I want to find out where all the channels are.
We're
Keon,
not going to use that.
all?
We're not going to use that anyway.
What?
We're not going to
FUBAR?
use that. No,
I'm going to use FUBAR because
you can't get Sunday ticket on.
MLB. Well, you're not, but I am.
All right.
Look, I love NFL, but quite frankly, I can see the Cardinals games, and I don't really want to watch 57 other games. I love my.
Feels like it's the same conversation we just had.
I love my brother and everything, and I want to see the Colts. But you know what? I can watch the highlights on my phone. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I love my brother in there, but I could watch the Commandos on my phone.
I mean, I wouldn't wish that on anybody.
No,
really.
why would you do that?
But I'm just saying, I don't need like you have this like mammoth control room setup. It looks like some network television set where you've got these gigantic monitors up here.
I only get away with it because my wife loves football.
Every game you can imagine is going on simultaneously in his living room.
I just like to be able to say, "Oh, look what's happening there! Boop, put it on the big screen. Let's see what's going on."
And then at 1 o'clock,
John Madden would have been at home in my living room.
The next group of games begin, and he's even calling shots. I've seen it before. Go to channel 12. Go to channel 10. All right, let's go to 3. Here we are. Go to game 5. I notice what he's doing. I know what he's doing.
I mean, it's only us watching, but still, yeah. It's almost like watching Red Zone, which I don't like Red Zone. So I don't need that either. I don't need Red Zone. So
I need my baseball fix, man.
I'm really hoping that this lawsuit goes through and then they win. And then now you can get the single games. They have to give you that access. They can't make you buy all the games all at once. You can just get the ones you need.
Then it's sort of like Major League Baseball. You can buy your team, whatever team you want. That's probably what they're going to do. But I don't know if you'll be able to move around between teams or games during the season.
No, I think there's a thing where you can do this a la carte. I think that's the idea.
So each week you could change.
Yeah,
the
it's like
game
this week I'm buying this game. Oh, look, that's a good game. I can't get that on regular TV. I'll get that one too. Simple as that.
All right.
888-368-1580. But then that's only if a lawsuit goes through and everything works. And also, well, if the trial starts June, it's probably not going to be done in time for this season. So I might have hope for future seasons. And I guess I'm going to have to get Sunday ticket anyway. Big George says, Jeffrey, I just canceled the YouTube TV and got DirecTV Stream, which has the Major League Baseball Network, has the Diamondback games, local ones, and has 3TV as well. It's about the same price as YouTube TV. I don't need the NFL Sunday ticket, he says. I've got the NFL Red Zone. Yeah, that is just not – I just don't like watching the Red Zone. It says just for those, they're in the Red Zone. Okay. I feel like I'm missing a lot of the story here.
Well, I sort of. I don't know if you watch it long enough, you start to get the idea because it's not just when they're in the red zone, though. That's when they'll focus.
Or
on
it's the best thing happening.
Yeah.
I still, I've tried it.
If you go to the FUBAR TV, Jeffrey,
please give that a
I'm looking right now. Right here, you can get the Bob Ross channel.
Bob Ross channel.
Nothing
they have a
but
channel
Bob Ross
of him painting.
Now here's a happy little tree right over here. And just make it whatever you want.
Yeah, they got YouTube TV has that.
No, Bob Ross channel. There it is. No, it's not on YouTube.
So
I want the Bob Ross channel
because the two call signs for channel 3 are KTVK and KPHO.
Well, that's channel 5.
Oh, okay.
Channel 5 is still on YouTube TV.
There's no
whatever
KTVK.
reason.
There is no KTVK.
Family.
There is a KPHO. I don't know why they have
on
one
FUBU
on
too.
FUBA. Yeah.
Well, Channel 3's pissed off everyone.
Well, they're unwilling to pay.
But it's the same company.
Wait, it's on here. Arizona Family 3. It's right here on the basic plan on FUBAR
Maybe I
TV.
gave the wrong call letter.
You got Arizona Family 3. There it is, right there.
Niner1680 says, I kept DirecTV. I just got Sunday Ticket through YouTube. I don't think I'm getting it next year, though. It's not good on YouTube. No, I agree. I didn't enjoy it as much this year as I had in the past. Raven Kid says there's two different NFL red zones, by the way. There's the NFL one with Scott Hansen. Then there's the DirecTV version with that leprechaun, Andrew Siciliano. I certainly don't want that. Last Optimist says Bob Ross channel on Roku rocks with a calm and soothing voice.
See?
There's a new texter on the text line says, hey, do you guys like pickleball?
Uh-oh.
No. Where's the block button?
Uh-oh.
No, I won't block you. But no. No. It's a Daily Blender here on 1580 Fanatic.
The IRS is the most powerful collection agency on earth. And if you owe back taxes, the news isn't good. The IRS is raising the interest rate it charges on unpaid taxes, and further rate hikes are expected. Most people don't know it, but the IRS adds interest charges to your tax debts daily. So if you owe the IRS today, you'll owe even more tomorrow. And it doesn't stop until you get right with the IRS. The good news is getting right can start with one phone call to Optima Tax Relief, America's #1 tax relief firm. Optima's tax professionals specialize in the Fresh Start Initiative, a powerful IRS program that can save you thousands if you qualify. In fact, the experts at Optima have resolved over $1 billion in tax debt for their clients. Call now for a free consultation.
Call 800-709-7022. 800-709-7022. 800-709-7022.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Frankie drives end-to-end, scoops it up and in with 2 seconds left. Frankie Collins end-to-end. Join the action at Desert Financial Arena and catch the final home matchups with Stanford and Cal as Pac-12 conference foes. Collins over to Lance for 3. Bullseye! Get your tickets today by calling 480-965-5812 or go online to sundeviltickets.com. Sun Devil men's basketball. Onward to victory.
Come join American Furniture Warehouse and see our amazing deals on sofas, sectionals, recliners, bedroom furniture and mattresses, dining room furniture and accessories. AFW has the latest styles, largest selection, and lowest prices anywhere. Our warehouses are full and ready for you to take your new furniture home today. At American Furniture Warehouse, you'll find the perfect items for your space at a price you'll love. Visit one of our 3 Phoenix area showrooms or shop online at afw.com. afw.com.
Screen time's over.
Be home by 11?
Put your phone down while we're eating.
When parents set boundaries, keep track of where their kids go, and talk to them about the dangers of underage drinking and drugs, they keep their kids safe. Visit talknowaz.com. Be the influence. Talk early. Talk often. Talk now.
Thanks. Thank you.
Muchas gracias.
This message is sponsored by the Substance Abuse Coalition Leaders of Arizona.
When it comes to covering the high school sports scene in Arizona, AZ Preps 365 has all the answers. Every Saturday morning from 8 until 10, they break down games, interview the newsmakers, talk with coaches from around the state, and stay up to date with what's happening with prep athletes and breaking news from the Arizona prep scene. It's AZ Preps 365, 8 till 10 Saturday mornings on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic, and always on at 1580thefanatic.com.
KQFN Tempe.
Also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM.
And K240U Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
It's time for the third
hour. All right, people, settle down because it's time. Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's 5 o'clock here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. Keon Rose in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580, as we broadcast live in the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale. And that 9706 who said, hey, you guys like pickleball? He says, hey, Jeffrey, don't Don't block me. He says, I think pickleball sucks too. Oh, all right. Well, you should have led with that. Yeah, I wasn't going to block you anyway. I was just kidding. I don't even know you. You don't have the text or nickname or anything. Today's the first day you've ever texted.
Yeah.
His first text was, how about them Suns? They're in a good road trip. They should be able to handle the Hawks tonight. When I saw that, I immediately thought you're one of those Suns bots that just type in random stuff all the time. So
told you they weren't bots.
Yeah. Well, no, lots of them are. This 9706, not a bot. Welcome to the Daily Blender. Who the hell are you? And, maybe tell us a little bit about yourself and we can help you get a new text or nickname. I hear Hugh Janus is available.
You got to pause more between Hugh,
Janus. Yeah. Probably not going to do that one. 9706. So just let us know. Or you have a cool nickname you've always wanted. He says, can I have a nickname, not a bot? You can. I can make that your nickname. Not a bot, says
Janus.
Well, no, that has nothing to do with it. Janus is what it's Janus. It's not Janus. But no, not a bot.
You got to say Janus, otherwise Ron will veto it.
So you can be not a bot, but if you change your mind before the end of the hour, then I'll make it whatever you want. But after that, you're stuck with it, man. The nicknames don't get changed. It's very rare that ever happens. Not a bot. Okay, we'll go with it. Lost Toby says, this is why people hate us Niner fans. No, it's not why.
That's not why.
It's not why. So in the last hour, Lost Toby and T-Licious started arguing about Shanahan and stuff, I guess. And Lost Toby is a Niner fan. And he says Shanahan's overrated. He says, calling yourself not a bot, that is exactly what a bot would say. Well, if he was a bot, he wouldn't be able to say anything.
I mean, if it's AI,
you'd just be you'd say whatever you were programmed to say.
You could, yeah, if it's AI.
Well, the AI would have to be plugged into the internet and listening to the show to know what I'm saying to respond to me. So that's why it couldn't be a bot. Couldn't be AI. I don't think.
I don't think either. Also, I don't know. Kyle Shanahan is going to his second Super Bowl. How can you be overrated if that's happening?
Who was the coach for the Bills back in the Marv
Levy?
Levy.
Yeah.
He went to 4 Super Bowls, didn't win one.
Mm-hmm.
Was he overrated?
No.
He kept getting them there. Who gets there 4 times in a row? That's almost
hard
impossible
to do.
I mean, who was the coach with John Elway before he won a Super Bowl? Who was the coach there?
I think it was another Shanahan.
Was it Shanahan's dad or was it?
I don't know if it was Mike Shanahan for all of them.
But they went what 3 times?
Yeah.
And he didn't win a Super Bowl.
I think Elway himself went like 5 times.
Yeah, but he won 2.
Yeah.
But he lost the first 3.
Yeah.
Is that guy?
The first 3 were like beat downs.
Oh yeah, they got crushed. Does that mean that coach?
No, because I just think getting to a Super Bowl is really bleeping hard, and somebody has to lose it. So just like if you're not, if you
well, there's going to be a winner, there's going to be a loser, but the fact of the matter
is amazing analysis right here
that you get to the game. And you have prepared your team. You've outlasted all the other teams. You've beat the other teams in your conference to get to the ultimate goal, which is a Super Bowl. And it gives you a chance. What do I always say, guys? You got to play the game. Got to get to the game so you can play the game.
You play to win the game.
The Bills
that's Herm.
In their 4 Super Bowls that they showed up to, 2 wide lefts.
You can't win if you don't play.
That's Lotto.
Oh.
If that kicker just actually knocks through one of the field goals, he had a chance.
Oh, he would have had 2.
Yeah. So sometimes it's just luck.
I just think that calling Kyle Shanahan overrated. I wouldn't call him overrated. I wouldn't call him overrated because he's gone to. This is the second Super Bowl he's gone to
as a head coach. Yeah, he went to one as an offensive coordinator.
Well, with the Atlanta Falcons.
Yeah,
he was the guy that kept trying to throw the ball in the second half.
Yeah, but that same offense got Matt Ryan an MVP. So
I don't know how he's overrated. I mean, he's been in three Super Bowls too as a head coach. I don't think he's overrated at all.
Hey, Moist One, who's that goofy looking white guy's picture you just sent me? Normally he sends me pictures of a shirtless Geraldo Rivera.
Oh boy.
Today he sent me just some picture of a goofy looking white guy. I don't know who that is.
Well, it's not Hugh Jackman, is it?
No. Kiss the Cook says there is no longer a DirecTV version of the Sunday Ticket. Yeah, they got in trouble because last year they were saying, hey, get the DirecTV and we'll get you access to the Sunday Ticket, meaning it'd help you out getting the Sunday Ticket through YouTube. And the YouTube was like, that's misleading. And then the judge agreed and they took it away. But he says, yeah. He says, no, there's no longer a DirecTV version of Red Zone with Dumbo as host. That went away this season when the NFL Sunday Ticket went with YouTube TV. So DirecTV has the Scott Hansen Red Zone version now. So that's how it works. Everybody's calling him Dumbo. Cabana Phoenix.
Not Scott Hansen. It's the other guy.
Yeah. I know he's got big ass ears, but just
oh my God.
I feel like we could do better, like satellite dish head. Oh, wow. Cabana says
early warning radar.
Not Cubana is available. Okay, Cabana. Let's see. Pierre says, Desi, it'll cost $24.99 a month, and you'll get every NFL game. Yeah, but see, here's the thing, Pierre. You're in another country. So I think that's how that works. The DAZN.
Yeah,
the zone.
The rights from country to country change. So they might have the rights to the NFL in Canada.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have it.
I'd have to go to your house in Frenchy French Canada, or I'd have to go to Newfoundland.
And we're not going this time of year. Just forget it.
Oh, I would. I don't care.
This time of year?
Yeah.
12-foot snow drifts.
I like the cold.
And I don't like snow, man.
I think it'd be brilliant.
I lived in snow. I don't like snow. Don't want to be around snow.
I love snow.
I mean, I like the weather we're having now. I mean, I love the weather we're having now.
Only people who have lived in cold will understand this. When I went up to Minnesota, I was in Minnesota for 1 year doing radio at a pop station. And I was like, hey, it looks like it's going to snow. Man, I hope it snows. I was excited. And man, I got so many filthy phone calls. You son of a bitch.
Yeah.
People were angry that I was hoping for snow. And they're like, do you not realize? And I went through it. And it's like, I've been through a Minnesota winter. I enjoyed it, and I still get excited.
Well,
when
the only people that are happy about snow are the kids in school. Snow day.
Yeah, I mean that's the only time in my life would wake up at 6 a.m. and just look at the TV and see if they cancel school for our district.
My daughter, and her husband and their son, my grandson, they all live in Indiana now, and they got this little dusting of snow.
Mm-hmm.
And my daughter calls me and sends a picture of Maverick out in the yard. That's my grandson, Maverick.
I've met him.
Maverick Jameson,
mm-hmm.
if you can believe that. Anyway, he's out in the yard. Their snow is not even to the top of his boot. And the picture she sent me, it says, our first snow day. Maverick has no school. What the hell?
What are you talking about? Good for him.
He has no school. What were the roads closed because of all this snow?
No, here's the thing. It may not look like a lot of snow, but if the roads are icy, they don't want to endanger the kids, especially when you wake up and there's snow and there's ice and they haven't had a chance to salt the roads or do anything.
You know, man.
So kids stay home and then they get a day off.
Look,
it's no big deal. I've enjoyed some snow days in my time.
You are a visionary. I will grant you that. You are an amazing visionary. But listen, I have a great idea. And I think this will sell. Jeffrey, this is our new multi-million-dollar idea. Ready? You get these school buses, you put them on these big chassis, okay? You lift them, and then you put on the front like a snowplow. Underneath, you get off of like a train, that's the sandbox thing that they have on the trains for traction. You get the sandbox, but you put salt in there, and then on the back, you get this kind of grater thing that kind of just like breaks up ice and stuff. So you're plowing, and then you're putting the salt down, and you're breaking up the ice with this the thing with tines on it, like farmers use, to plow up the field. You get that, and then all the kids go to school. It doesn't matter if it's a blizzard. You've got a safe passage to the school.
All right, so let me tell you what the problem is here. You could put tank tracks on those things. You know how some of those
even better.
Here's the deal. You ever seen Lord of the Flies? These kids would come and murder you if you even tried to do that. All the children in the world would rise up and try to kill you for taking away snow days.
This is an American thing.
Listen, you grew up in Arizona. I grew up in northern areas where we had snow days, and that was just Oh, God, some of the best days of your life. Why would you take that away from them?
How can you have
Just
a great
because you
day
didn't get some?
when it's a snow day? How can you have a great day?
You go out and play in the snow.
Snowball fights, building snow
Yeah.
forts.
And it's snowmen and
we can't go to
fun.
school, but you guys
Sledding
can go
down a
out.
hill.
Yes.
And you guys playing in the snow.
Well, yeah,
Yes.
because it's in your yard. You don't
And
have to drive
then
anywhere.
when it's time to go back to school, Jeffrey can't come back in today. He's got pneumonia from playing outside in the snow.
That's my God-given right.
Keon's not going to make it today because he's got a high fever.
Just
and
because you grew up here,
terrible cold.
and there's
Damn
no
right.
such thing as snow days here. Don't take it away from everybody else. You're like this. You're the snow day Grinch over here.
So you're saying this would not be a great idea?
Technically, that's a fine idea, but nobody wants it. Nobody wants it. Keep those snow day killing ideas to yourself.
All right, I'll go back to the drawing board.
There's no drawing board. Don't draw. Just don't draw. Don't mess with snow days.
This is not a problem.
I thought you guys, my buddies who grew up in the snow, I thought my buddies would help me out on
It is quite literally the only good thing about living. in
Everybody
snow.
wants the day off, man. That's it. Just a day off, free day off. Look how happy you get during March Madness. Look how happy you get when things interrupt this program. Same thing.
I don't get happy.
Snow days.
I get loaded.
Well, yeah, but it's a version of happy.
Well,
hey, Not a Bot says that he's best friends with Sun Devil Raul. He says, yeah, he turned me on to the blender. Oh, okay. That's cool, man. Welcome to the show, Not a Bot. Welcome to the show. 888-368-1580. Hefty Lefty says, my sophomore year at NAU, Flagstaff got hit with a blizzard and couldn't plow campus, so I snowboarded to school before they told us finals were canceled.
See that?
Snow day
Snowboarded.
parties commenced. I ended up snowboarding down Route 66 in a blizzard at 1 a.m. Very fond memory of college.
Well, that's a hell of a place to go to. You're going down you're going down 66, Route 66.
You're only doing that inebriated.
And then you're coming around that corner where it gets on to what's the road there? I can't think of it now. But you're coming around off of 66 onto the train tracks. Man, you could be hooking. You could get a lot of speed.
Last Optimist says, I never once had a snow day. I had to wake up early, snuggle show out of the school lot so the other kids could show up safe and warm in their parents' cars. Snow days are for soft kids.
And there it is.
It's not about being soft. It's the school. It's the administration that doesn't want to get up early and do those things. So it's not about being soft. It's about a damn day off. You bunch of damn communists.
See, what do you think about my snow crusher bus?
Communist.
You're doing multiple things. You're
Communist.
saving tax.
Communist. You're a communist.
It's just let them have the
This has
day
not
off.
been my day. This has
It's-
not been my
it's
day.
fun.
First, you have callers call in and you scream, Randy's mom is dead to get some tickets.
Which a few of them did, even the ones that didn't win.
Yeah, they'll probably still do it, even though I'm not asking for it anymore.
And now you're poo-pooing my idea. I bet you know who would like Pierre would like this. Pierre would like this idea.
Even Pierre wants a snow day off.
I don't think so.
Guaranteed.
Pierre's a manly man.
It's not about manliness. It's about getting a damn day off.
He's gonna call me up, and he's going to get on the text line. He's going to say, Randy, I think your idea about this snow bus snow killer is a great idea.
It's a horrible idea.
Look, it's just that you would, if you had to choose between being in math class and throwing a snowball at your buddy's head, you're picking the snowball fight 100 times
a
100.
snowball at your buddy's head.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, Billy can't come in. His buddy Keon threw a snowball at his head. Well, there was a pine cone in there, and he's got a concussion now.
We used to have pine cone fights too. Those were brilliant. And if it was rainy out and the pine cone got wet, that thing was, you'd whistle through the air and you could knock a guy down at like 100 feet. Oh my God, I love pine cone fights. Toby says Shanahan's a great mind, but he constantly chokes in big spots. He tried to outcoach himself and get away from game plans that work all season. He's also very petty with players. And once you're in the doghouse, you ain't coming out. He also tried to run Trey Lance the same way Josh Allen runs, and they're just not the same player.
I get that. It's not like there aren't mistakes there, but every single coach makes mistakes. There isn't a mistake-free coach. So when you're talking about a guy like Shanahan, even a guy like Shanahan who, chokes in big games, you would have said the same thing about Andy Reid at one point in his career. Went to 3 straight NFC title games and lost, and a Super Bowl and lost.
Kyle G says, geez, Randy, I thought you were the cool host. It's very disappointing.
About the snow bus?
You don't take away people's days off. You don't take away their snow days.
I'm not taking away people's days off. I'm just
That's what a snow
Kids
day
are people
is.
too.
That's what a snow day
Ever
is.
since I saw my grandson and a petty little amount of snow, and I came up with this idea.
I think you're
snow
secretly
bus.
Canadian with that idea. You know why? Because listen,
that's the most Canadian thing
to
you've
this.
ever said.
No. Pierre says, Randy, living in Quebec, if we gave the children every day off where it snows, there would be no school days until April. I like your snow bus idea.
Well, it works if
Yeah,
you have
see?
snow every
And there it
day.
is. You are French Canadian, Randy.
But if you have a snow day every once in a while, just have the snow day. You still have to make up the days. They don't.
What do you mean every once in a while?
Well, it doesn't snow all the time in every place. You know, like when I was in Oregon, very rarely did it actually snow where you'd have to not get to go to school. So you see any kind of snow and you're sitting there listening to your radio hoping, I hope they say our school's name. I hope they say our school's name. You just don't know.
Now this is from a child's point of view.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think your parents
could give a crap?
What do you think they cared about this snow day?
They didn't care.
You're going to be stuck home. They're going to have to fix your damn sandwiches. They're going to have to
We made our own
babysit you.
sandwiches.
And they're going to have to watch out for you.
My mom
They have
made
no
sandwiches,
freedom whatsoever. Now all their freedom has been taken away because you snot-nosed little punks are around on a snow day.
I can't believe you're anti-freedom.
I'm not going to lie to you. My parents use that as their day. My dad just going, kids are home. Can't really make it to work today. It was a snow day for everybody.
It's not like a snow week. It's just a day.
It's just
Randy.
one day. They salt the roads the next day. It doesn't matter
back
how
to
much
normal.
it snows. You go back to school.
Back to normal.
And it's not like you have less days of school. They tack the days you miss back at the end of the year.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, you're still going to
I didn't
school
know
all the
that.
days of the school year.
Got a fun day off. That's all,
I
man.
didn't know that.
Sun Devil Raul says, Randy, once more, you're showing your ignorance. Happy kids don't have bad memories of cold weather living because when you're a kid, you get off school when your storms come. Randy, you're using your adult mind on how an adult would feel about cold. Kids love snow days.
Sorry, Jeffrey can't come in. We're at the hospital right now sewing on 3 of his 5 fingers because he got frostbite.
Who gets frostbite? Nobody got frostbite when I was a kid.
Clearly, Jeffrey got frostbite.
You're 200 feet from your house. If
Nobody
you get
got
frostbite,
frostbite.
man, the school can't help you anyway.
Lost Toby says, we should have Sundays in Arizona when we don't want to work if it's over 118.
Thank you.
I love it. I agree. Just another face in the crowd. He says, we would put firecrackers in the pine cones for our pine cone fights.
Oh my God.
I never even thought of that. That's amazing. I mean,
How would you-
somebody's going to the hospital on that. For
How
sure.
would you put firecrackers in a pine cone?
They wedge them into the, you just wedge them in there.
You're gonna Jason Pierre-Paul somebody. Don't do that.
Rico Suave says, Kyle Shanahan chokes on big what? Big games. Big games.
Mm-hmm.
Whistling Gerbil says, was I supposed to say something when I won? He says, I turned the car on. I just heard be the fourth caller. No, you didn't have to. No, that was actually, I think, the first hour. So you're clear. You won. You got your tickets. Heavy Metal Maniacs says, I used to love snow days when I lived in Flagstaff for a brief time in the late 70s. But at the end of the year, they would make you stay extra days to make up for the snow days you missed. So I don't know. There's really no benefit to snow days except for the days you're off. Yeah, but those are the best days.
Yeah, the day you're off, like, look, you could get out of school earlier in the summer, but you're getting out in the summer anyway. The days where you could have snowball fights and playing football in the snow, those are awesome.
Boy, I'm learning a whole new thing here. I'm sorry. I was trying to come up with $1 million idea, and clearly I've blown it.
Some ideas are not needed. The kind that kill freedom.
Wow.
T-Licious says Dan Reeves, Dandy. Oh, Dan Reeves
Dan
was the
Reeves,
Broncos
that's
coach.
who I was trying to think of. Yeah.
Silver Pop says, good afternoon, gentlemen. Jeffrey, can you ask not a bot why his bot buddies are always asking us to prove we're not robots? Whew, that's a good question. Yeah, I don't know if he really will know the answer, but if he can't answer that, that means he is a bot and cannot be trusted. Let's see here. Big George says, I always thought that it's taking too long. Think you will. Lacrosse guy says, I'm pumped. I'm pretty pumped. I'm glad you're pumped, Lacrosse guy. Why are you pumped? And Thinky Wheel's getting me again. So we'll have to find out why Lacrosse guy is pumped and what Big George thought when we come back. It's a Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
This is Brent Musburger's Action Update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic. Free air-chilled boneless chicken breasts and 4 juicy boneless pork chops with your order. OmahaSteaks.com/VSIN. Now, here are the latest lines from my guys in the desert.
Both the San Francisco 49ers and the Kansas City Chiefs are arriving in Las Vegas on Sunday as they prepare for Super Bowl 58. The Chiefs are in the Super Bowl for the 4th time in the past 5 years. This is also a rematch of Super Bowl 54, which was held in February of 2020. The 49ers, with the 3rd best scoring defense in the NFL, a 2.5-point underdog facing a Chiefs team that's got the 2nd best scoring defense. The Chiefs at +110 on the money line. San Francisco -130. They over-under at Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas at 47.5. I'm Tony Desiri with your VSiN Action Update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
And just like that, it's 2024. The new year always comes so fast. The older I get, the simpler my resolutions are. Spending time with family, planning for retirement. But this year, I added Protect It All to the list. When my best friend suddenly lost her husband and seeing what her family went through, I realized how important life insurance is. We weren't covered, so I went to SelectQuote.com, and in minutes, we had quotes from multiple carriers. Then, an experienced licensed insurance agent helped us find the right coverage for our budget. I'm 40, and my $500,000 policy was only $16 a month. My husband's also 40, and his $500,000 policy was only $18 a month. And with their same-day coverage, there was no medical exam required, and we were covered by the time we hung up. The holidays were for family, but the new year, it's for protecting them.
Call SelectQuote at 1-800-280-8787 or go to SelectQuote.com to get your free quote. That's 1-800-280-8787. Details on example rate at SelectQuote.com.
Some people just know there's a better way to do things, like bundling your home and auto insurance with Allstate, or hiring someone to move your piano instead of doing it yourself. So do things the better way. Bundle home and auto and save up to 25% with Allstate.
Bundled savings vary by state and are not available in every state. Saving up to 25% is the countrywide average of the maximum available savings off the home policy. Allstate Vehicle and Property Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Hi, I'm State School Superintendent Tom Horn. My biggest priority is for Arizona students to be more proficient at reading and math. That's why I'm making $40 million available to offer one-on-one tutoring for elementary school students in Arizona public and charter schools who did not test proficient. This program will offer more income for participating teachers, which they deserve. Visit azed.gov.
Sponsored by the Arizona Department of Education. Hey, what's up, everybody? Ken Barkley here, reminding you to check out You Better You Bet. Why, you ask? Well, because we bring the fun, the insight, and all the wagertainment you need. Plus, hopefully, we win a couple bets along the way. From up-to-the-minute breakdowns of backdoor covers, bad beats, and the cheers and tears that come with them, obviously. Plus, betting analysis from some of the best minds in the sports wagering world. Join myself and Nick Costos and tune into You Better You Bet. Weekdays from noon to 3 on Arizona's sports betting station 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
It's Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. I should have known better. Lacrosse guy says, I'm pretty pumped. It's week 0 in college lacrosse.
What?
Why do you have a week 0? There can't be that much lacrosse that you need a week 0.
I mean, maybe somebody on the text line can help us out with this week
It's
0
college.
business.
A lot of schools have a program. There's
Who
probably
cares?
120 of them.
Dumb.
And what do they have week 0 for? That doesn't make sense.
Week 1. This is week 1. It's not week 0. It's week 1. Stop with the week 0 garbage.
I'll tell you what makes more sense is my snow bus.
Silver Pops backs your revolutionary idea, by the way.
See?
He says, I say we produce a prototype and go to Shark Tank, get some backing from investors to create and deploy this abomination. We will dominate the snow killing industry.
And there you go.
We called your invention an abomination.
It is an abomination to snow.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
Good point.
Sun Devil Raul says, wow, snow days, pinecone fights. You guys are totally reminding me of my childhood in Ramstein, Germany, at the Air Force Base.
Okay, there we go.
What?
All right, we instead of marketing this here in the United States,
take it to Germany?
No.
Oh.
We go to
Canada?
Oh, no. I like Canadian now with Pierre and our other Canadian friends. But we get a. Does this sound okay?
Yeah.
Okay. We get we get this thing. And we put it together and we take it to North Korea.
Why would we take it to North Korea?
Because all the kids won't have any snow days.
They also don't have any food. I think we should take some food there.
Though, if I could think of a country that might need snow days, if I'm not mistaken, that it's like a year-round school thing. It's
all right. Then we take it to China.
Mm-hmm.
It's just
all right.
No,
I mean, I'm not involved in the planning of this. You and Silver Pops can sort this out. Sounds like a good idea. Tia says, "How is he a manly man if his name is Pierre?" I can't.
Oh,
I have no answer for that, to be honest.
Oh man.
Against the Spread says snow days have to be made up in Illinois.
In most places.
Yeah, most places
they do. Pretty much everywhere.
So, yeah, it's not a free day. It's just you get that day off. You got to make it up later. This is one time we were in school in Illinois until June 23rd because we had so many snow days.
See, now my snow.
I'm okay with that too.
Now my snow bus is starting to look good, isn't it?
No, it's not.
No, because you still get a
because
a
here
lot of summer.
comes the end of the school year, supposedly. Oh, I'm sorry, extra time because we had snow days, and the whole classroom goes, oh,
they don't even tell you. It's just built into the schedule.
See, now
these are the days you
You
have.
deploy the snow bus. Yeah, you might miss some snow days, but you get them back in the summer.
When you live in a cold place, the fun days are the winter days.
He's really not going to win this one, man.
I'm just telling you.
Just give me some time. I will.
You still have plenty of summer left.
I think I will.
Even if you have to make up the days.
You don't have as much as you think.
All right, so you have to understand,
but you
Randy,
used them already. It's
most places, the snow day is the day that the community goes, oh, okay, we're in snow mode. And then after that, the day after that, even if it's snowing, they're able to handle the situation and transportation continues. It's just usually just this one day. Now, what Against the Spread was talking about was like ridiculous snow. And we're talking blizzards and stuff like that to cause that sort of
See, but you guys are talking about getting a day off. You had Saturdays and Sundays off in the snow.
Well, you
Am I
must have
right
been
or
a
wrong
joy
here?
to be a child with.
Am I right or wrong here? Saturdays and Sundays.
It's not about that. It's getting a free day off. How do you not understand this?
But you see, you're not getting a free day off because you have to do that time at the end of the school year when it's beautiful outside.
Last Optimist says, I had to cook lunch in the school cafeteria. Had another job when school let out. You know, we make life too soft for our kids. Weak kids turn into weak men who make hard times. Now, you're right about all those things. This has nothing to do with a snow day. Hefty Lefty says, Antonio Brown got frostbite.
Well, that was that chirogenic thing or whatever he had.
That's not the same thing as a snow day.
No.
He went into it and he didn't have the proper footwear.
He didn't have socks on.
Yeah.
Duh. Fighting Wampa says, I'm pretty sure every state has Sundays. It comes after Saturdays. Thanks, Fighting Wampa. Heavy Metal Maniac says, Game Zero is the most stupidest phrase ever. There's no such thing as a Game Zero. I know.
Just call it Game One. Just week one. Game one.
Well, the thing is, like I believe it's the whole collection of schools, the NCAA specifically, is choosing when there's week one. And then there are some schools who are deciding to schedule games before that, but they don't want to change the name because they don't have the authority to change the name. So they call it week zero.
They don't have the authority to have a game that day. They should just all go straight to hell. How about that?
Well, I mean, that's one option.
They have the authority to have the game. They
Maybe
just don't
a
have the
little
authority to call it week one.
Somebody's got to put a stop to
because the NCAA won't.
Stop this. Just another face in the crowd says Pierre translates to Pete in English, by the way.
Yeah.
I was not aware of that.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
Well, we should just call him Pete then. Hey, Pierre, can we call you Pete? Probably not. Because he
No, he answers.
Because he actually
Pierre.
speaks French.
He says, Randy, I will help you make this snow bus project a reality in Quebec. I know people at the Montreal School Board.
There it is.
Even the teachers don't want this. Sun Devil Raul says he used to be a cameraman for a pro lacrosse team. He says they played in Glendale Arena, sharing it with the Coyotes. I don't know what happened to him. I have no idea. Hey, Against the Spread says he's got some excellent gambling advice. All right, take a listen, everybody. This is how money gets made. But then again, we don't promise anything. But he says the digital arena is freaking gold for live betting. I don't know what that means. He says when you're streaming, you're watching on a 54-minute delay. So you can only bet live on commercial breaks in the action. 54-minute or 54-second? He says the antenna is truly live because the radio frequency travels at the speed of light. That is not necessarily true, but closer to instantaneous. He says it gives us a total advantage of betting live because everything is played out in real time. You can pick up on angles and jump on it instantly. For example, the Suns go down early tonight on the road versus Atlanta, and the big three look good. Pounce on the Suns to win because you get an incredible discount considering they were originally favored by 3.5. So what he's saying is, if you're watching on streaming, you've got a lag of about a minute. I don't think it's 54 minutes, but maybe I don't.
He might have meant seconds.
I think he meant seconds,
not minutes. Possibly.
You got about a minute, give or take. Some quicker than others, some longer than others. But if you're watching on regular television, like I have to, bam, instantaneous, and your betting is going to go a lot better, and you're going to be ahead of the curve of a lot of people. You'll get the good odds before they change because everybody else is already. You're in the future. They're in the past. So I think that's what Against the Spread's saying, along with play smart and keep your money on your mind, he says. Hefty Lefty says, I didn't have to make up snow days in college. Well, yeah, college is different. That's a whole different thing. He says, we just keep the grade we had or, take that final in the first week of the next semester. Silver Pop says, so this whole game zero situation, can we name preseason games negative games like preseason game 1 is -1 and preseason game 2 is -2? No, because you'd have to go -2, -1, and then you'd.
So the first preseason game would be -3, then -2, then -1, then 1. Which is more confusing, quite frankly. Let's not do that.
No, Sun Devil Raul, Keon is not BSing. He's just because you didn't have extra days because snow days, there's a lot of other places that do.
I said I did.
Make you have to have extra. He says he didn't.
Oh,
Sun Devil Raul. Of course, you were in you were in Germany. So
yeah, and I also remember saying that's typically the case. I didn't say always, man. What?
See, all of this math and stuff would just go away if you would just get behind this project, the snow bus.
I'm not getting behind it.
The snow bus is the answer to all things.
Last Optimist says Sundays are for forging your soul, Randy. Saturdays are for gardening and fixing your house. There are no days off. Every day is to be used to improve yourself or your environment. Jesus, Last Optimist.
How does he know me so well?
So are you against summer vacation then?
I think he's against technology too. He sounds Amish.
It's just because you're using an awful lot of technology for an Amish guy.
So we have a new texter on the text line. 0279 says, Randy, will your snow bus pick up the teachers too?
Yes. What a great idea.
Horrible idea. This is
what a
worse
great idea.
Worse.
Are you kidding me? Oh my God. Yeah. Yeah.
Silver Pop says, I knew it. You guys do math. You always say you don't do math. Nerds. You do math. I can do math in my head occasionally and it pops out. It's not on purpose.
I try.
Yeah. I passed calculus and trigonometry with an A, and I purposely forgot all of it because I didn't feel like I wanted that in my head.
I failed algebra too. I had to make it up in summer.
I pass gas several times a day.
Oh, I've been passing gas all afternoon.
Huh?
Hurry Harry says, I have a feeling the moist one would get behind you, Randy. He'd always get behind you.
Well, that's where you don't want him, to be honest. You want the moist one where you can see him and with about 100 or 200 yards between the two of you.
Yeah.
Just another face in the crowd says, I can attest to the fact of the 54-second delay. I usually listen to the game on the radio while watching the game at the local watering hole. I try to let people know they may not want to see what's coming up. Yeah, you'll hear it. And you're like, oh, no, an interception. Bruno Baller says, I stepped away for a bit. Did I miss Keon's college basketball dance party? We just totally forgot to do it. Why didn't you remind me?
I forgot to do it.
Good Lord, it's over now. The show's just about over.
I didn't remember.
So, yeah. Oh, wait. Silver Pop says, hey, Randy, picking up teachers? Uber snow. Let's get rich.
There we go.
Snow Uber.
There it is.
Well, I feel bad we didn't do your basketball thing, man.
I feel bad. I forgot. I don't even blame anybody.
How fast can you do it?
I mean,
is it worth doing it at this point?
I don't know. Because part of it for me is the explanation. Because I don't promise you perfect picks. I promise you good reasoned out thought, man. I don't.
Well, are there any specific games you just want to talk about?
Sure. Yeah.
All right. So let's take a break. When we come back, we'll have a super duper short version of Keon Rose's college basketball dance party, where he's just going to tell you a couple things that he cares about. And then we'll just go the hell home.
What about On This Date and Big George's?
Oh, yeah, that too. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
I'm Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I learned about atrial fibrillation the hard way. My symptoms would come and go. Shortness of breath, fatigue. I kept going. Then I got so lightheaded, I couldn't. My doctor said I have AFib, so I'm about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. Other symptoms, irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain can come and go, but the risk of stroke stays. If you have symptoms, tell a doctor. Visit notimetowait.com.
Sponsored by Bristol Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Hey, Ralph, got another solar question for you.
Okay, but did you check out the Harmon Solar podcast first?
The what?
The Harmon Solar podcast. We put new episodes up twice a month that teach you all the things you ever wanted to learn about solar. We discuss things like how solar works, the roofing, sales process, demand management, everything solar.
Show like this needs some real smart thinkers, huh?
Well, yeah.
So you got some really great guests then, huh?
Almost every show.
Is it on Spotify?
Yep.
iTunes?
Yep. Just search it everywhere. It's the Harmon Solar podcast. Go check it out at harmonsolar.com.
Super Bowl 58 is on. You can catch every moment of the Super Bowl on your home for the NFL. 1580 and 99.3, The Fanatic. Super Bowl 58 on The Fanatic is brought to you by Bet365, Salt Creek Furniture, Kasai Japanese Steakhouse, Harmon Solar. When it comes to Super Bowl 58, The Fanatic has you covered from the first kick to the final score. Don't miss the Super Bowl on your home for the NFL. 1580 and 99.3, The Fanatic.
And just like that, it's 2024. The new year always comes so fast. The older I get, the simpler my resolutions are. Spending time with family, planning for retirement. But this year, I added Protect It All to the list. When my best friend suddenly lost her husband and seeing what her family went through, I realized how important life insurance is. We weren't covered, so I went to SelectQuote.com, and in minutes, we had quotes from multiple carriers. Then, an experienced licensed insurance agent helped us find the right coverage for our budget. I'm 40, and my $500,000 policy was only $16 a month. My husband's also 40, and his $500,000 policy was only $18 a month. And with their same-day coverage, there was no medical exam required, and we were covered by the time we hung up. The holidays were for family, but the new year, it's for protecting them.
Call SelectQuote at 1-800-280-8787 or go to SelectQuote.com to get your free quote. That's 1-800-280-8787. Details on example rate at SelectQuote.com.
Life is full of bright moments, but sometimes those moments can seem too far away. Trained and caring crisis specialists in Arizona can assist you with any situation, big or small. Free and confidential help is only one text away, day or night. Text the word HOPE to 4HOPE. That's HOPE to 44673. These moments matter, and so do you. This message is sponsored by Solari Crisis and Human Services.
I'm here to tell you about a technological shocker. Believe it or not, you can listen to us on your smart speaker.
That's shocking.
Wow. What a world we live in. All you have to do is say, listen to 1580 The Fanatic.
It's a Danny Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic. So we got 10 minutes. Can you do a Keon Rose college basketball dance party in 10 minutes?
I can.
All right, let's do that. Go ahead, crank it up, get your dancing shoes on, and let's see what Keon Rose has to say about this week, whatever the hell number it is, for college basketball. I don't think we want to hear about ASU, so you can leave that out. Okay. And I only want to hear about Arizona if they're losing. If you think they're going to lose.
If I think they're going to lose. All right. Well, we're going to go ahead and jump to one of the top matchups of the weekend. There are a lot of top 10 teams going against each other. I believe there are 4 of those games. And that is a historical number. But we'll start with UConn and St. John's. Number 1, UConn. St. John's is not ranked, but this is a matchup that's got a lot of bad blood in it already. Because you've got, Bobby Hurley's brother coaching UConn and Rick Pitino coaching St. John's. And they are not pals, to say it lightly. They are kind of going back and forth at each other in the media. Rick Pitino doesn't want this game to be played at Madison Square Garden anymore. And I know what his reasons for that are. Madison Square Garden is where this game is going to be. But the arena's just bigger. And there are a lot of UConn fans, and Rick Pitino is very much aware that if you play the game at UConn, then even though it's a home game for UConn, it's a home game with about 5,000 seats. You play at MSG, it's closer to 15,000, and so it's like a super home game for UConn. So Rick Pitino is trying to have this game eliminated. Obviously, UConn likes playing at the Garden. It's good for recruiting. It's good for all those kinds of things. So they're going back and forth. Rick Pitino's saying, I this is the last time this is happening. I'm putting my foot down. And then Hurley is going back at Rick Pitino and saying, well, yeah, of course that's something you'd want to do if your program hasn't been to the NCAA tournament in about 20 years. And that's true. A little mean-spirited to say it like that.
Mm-hmm.
So we've got a lot of bad blood going back and forth between these two teams. So I expect St. John's to show up and be ready to play for this game. I just don't know that they're knocking off UConn. UConn is playing really good basketball right now. They've won 9 straight, which is about as red hot as you could possibly be in college basketball right now. Meanwhile, St. John's, it looks like they're moving in the wrong direction. They've won 4 out of their last 5. And it's not necessarily falling apart. Some of those games have been really close. They kind of dropped one against Providence where they didn't play good enough defense. But just for these two coaches and the bad blood and the fact that this could probably be something that the players pick up on makes the game really interesting to me, worth watching. But I'm going to take UConn in the game. You've got Houston and Kansas going head-to-head as well. Houston, if you've watched them play, tries to turn every single basketball game that they're involved in into some kind of bar fight. It's physical. It's tough. They play defense. And it's not just the starters. It's the guys on the bench, too. Like everybody.
You ever been in a bar fight?
I have never been in a bar fight. No.
Randy, you ever been in a bar fight?
Oh, yeah.
I've witnessed a bar fight.
Me too.
But
they're fun.
Yeah.
They're fun when you're young.
A lot of fun, but I got thrown out of what used to be Mr. Lucky's. I was thrown out of there.
Yeah.
So
sorry, go ahead.
Oh, no, you're good. So the physical defense that Houston wants to bring, they are, by the way, ranked number 1 in adjusted defense in the country. So it's not just them, beating guys up. They are actually good at the fundamentals of defense too, and it shows in the numbers. You have Kansas playing at home. If that's not the best home court advantage in college basketball right now, it's damn close. So this game is interesting for that, and of course the fact that if there is a team that can challenge Houston and what they like to do in terms of the physicality, Kansas is one of those teams. Between Hunter Dickinson, Kevin McCullough, and KJ Adams, those guys are tall, long guys. I mean, they're just able to just take up so much space. If they're on top of everything, Kansas is going to have a chance in this game. And the stakes are pretty high as well. Again, Houston, if they win the Big 12, if they win this game, will basically have locked up the Big 12. It'll be too much, I think, of a gap for anybody to catch them. But if Kansas wins this game, the Big 12 becomes wide open, and then it's not just a Houston thing or a Kansas thing. There are a handful of other teams that are in the running to be able to take over this conference if they win, and Kansas and Houston maybe fall apart at the end, depending on the results of this game. Kansas is the better 3-point shooting team, and they are top 5 in field goal percentage. So I'm going to take the Kansas Jayhawks to upset the Houston Cougars in this particular game. The next game is the game I'm looking forward to the most this weekend, Duke, North Carolina. It is my favorite rivalry in college basketball. It is potentially a top rivalry in all of sports. When you look at these two teams, they're like 9 miles apart from each other. They absolutely hate each other. This is the 49th time that they are meeting as top 10 teams. And the last 48 times, they have a record of 24-24. They are about as even as it could possibly be. So even when the teams aren't ranked, it's a good game. But when you have these two teams playing for a lot on the line, it's a great game. I could throw out some numbers at you, but I don't know how much it matters when these two teams get together. There's just so much hate there going back and forth. What I'm looking for, though, is how well RJ Davis has played. You know, Kyle Filipowski of Duke is like their top scorer. The top scorer in North Carolina, RJ Davis, is going to be high-level draft pick potentially. He's averaging 21.5 points a game. Man is a walking bucket. I'm looking at North Carolina because I just think that when you have these two teams going head-to-head, the stars come out. And that is part of it. So then the other big game, another set of ranked teams going head-to-head, you have number 5 Tennessee going up against number 10 Kentucky. It's really hard to beat Kentucky since John Calipari's been there. But the team that's had the most success against them is Tennessee under Rick Barnes. Rick Barnes has done an incredible job of building, you know, a competitive roster every single year. You know, they play defense. You know, they grind things out. And I would normally be leaning towards Kentucky in this matchup. But when you're looking at what Tennessee has been able to sort of figure out offensively, Dalton Knecht, their top scorer, has been kind of a revelation this season. He seems to get better and better every game. He's getting more confident all the time. He grabs a lot of rebounds as well. And he was kind of a shaky defender at the start of the season. But when you play for Rick Barnes, you play defense, and he's picked that up as well. He needs a little help from somebody else on that team to give him a little bit of offense, whether it's Sakai Ziegler or somebody else. But I just like what Knecht does with Tennessee's offense because he is a guy that can score inside, can score outside, and is not like a ball hog. He's not necessarily looking to have every possession end with him. So I just think Tennessee has the edge in this one, and they are one of the more successful schools to go up against Kentucky in that time. Those are the biggest games, I think, of the day.
You still have a minute and a half left.
I still have a minute and a half left. Wow, I didn't think so. So I'm going to jump to this Marquette and Georgetown game. It's not necessarily the best game of the day. Georgetown is pretty bad. And Marquette is really good. But if you want to look at how Shaka Smart is able to bounce back after how everything ended at Texas, just kind of wasn't getting it done. People were doubting him as a coach. But what he's been able to do at Marquette, it almost seems like he does a much better job with some of these smaller programs. And everybody on that team scores. They move the basketball around. If you want a clinic in how you play basketball at the fundamental level, you should watch Marquette play. It's really, really fun. And obviously, I'm going to take Marquette in the game because, you know, Georgetown, they're kind of struggling. And that is college basketball dance party.
Sun Devil Raul says, Keon, I think the Lady Gaga song Just Dance would be a good song for your segment. Well, that's not disco, though. Usually he's playing disco music for his segment. But I don't know. I guess the Just Dance thing, I don't know. That might work.
It could work, yeah.
It's up to you. Moise one says, is Bacot still with UNC?
Say it again.
Is Bacot, B-A-C-O-T, still with UNC?
Don't know.
Fair enough.
As a player or a coach?
I'm trying
to. I don't know what he's talking about.
Yes.
The answer is yes. 888-368-1580.
His first name is Armando. They say that a lot on the broadcast. So I'm sitting like, Bacot.
Is it pronounced Bacot or is it something else? Bassot? Am I saying it wrong?
No, I don't think you said it wrong.
All right.
Just didn't ring a bell at all.
You know it rings a bell, right? Quasimodo. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time now for on this date in Big George's sports history.
That's right.
If you're ready.
That's me.
Yeah. Back to the year 1876. The National League was officially formed with franchises located in Boston, Chicago, Cincinnati, Hartford, Louisville, New York, Philadelphia, and St. Louis. The Hartford Dark Blues would play its second season in Brooklyn as the Hartfords before the charter team disbanded in 87. Back to you, Jeffrey. Yeah, wow. I can't think of it on this day in history that I cared less about. That was horrible.
About National League Baseball?
Yeah, who cares about the Hartford Dark Blues? Really?
Well, it's baseball history.
Oh. No. I was a little lukewarm on that one.
All right.
Can you name any of the teams from 1876?
No.
See what I'm saying? Keon says Mars Bars 805. I'll take Duke for the upset. He says, like the Lakers upset on Boston last night. I'll take an 805, please. Yeah. Wow. You guys just lost Vanderbilt, too, by the way. I don't know if you know that. He's gone.
Jared Vanderbilt.
Yep. He is gone from the line, I think, for the season. No, several weeks. Sorry. Several weeks. So things getting worse for the Lakers. I don't mind. Pavlov's dog rang a bell, says just another face in the crowd.
Yeah, that's true.
Moist one says the Boston Braves. Yep. So there you go. All right. So just me. I don't care.
The Dark Blues.
What?
The Dark Blues.
Dark Blue what? The Hartford.
Hartford Dark Blues.
I know, but I said that.
I
I said it out loud.
You asked me to name one.
Well, you can't name the one I just said.
You didn't put stipulations on it.
You know what? We also didn't put stipulations on when we would give tickets away. And somebody was asking if we had tickets. Random texter was like, "Hey, what happened there?" And I said, "Well, sure, we can give away. Can we give away a pair of tickets now?
Yeah.
Or is that too confusing? Is it you gonna be okay with the thing and the thing?
Yeah.
All right. Caller 4 right now, 888-368-1580. Get a pair of tickets for All Elite Wrestling. AEW is in town next Wednesday, 5:00. You get to see AEW Dynamite and AEW Rampage back to back right there. And you get to go to this thing. And you get to watch them beat the hell out of each other with chairs and tables and stuff. So just call Keon right now, 888-368-1580. I'm not sure who's going to be throwing stuff at each other and jumping off of things and throwing people onto concrete and, jumping off the top buckle. I don't know. Chris Jericho's name did come up. Some other names too. So if you want to see some wrestling, then get on the phone with Keon. 888-368-1580. So it's Friday. And I don't know what to do.
Friday?
Yeah.
God, it's Friday.
No, there's no football this weekend.
Oh.
There's all kinds of college basketball. In fact, we got a bunch of it on the radio station this weekend.
Yeah.
We got Grand Canyon University going to Utah Valley. Then we got Duke at North Carolina. And then we got St. Mary's at Gonzaga. And we got the Busch Light Clash at the Coliseum.
Yeah.
And then there's Pro Bowl crap on TV.
Mm.
I'm not sure. I guess I'm gonna have to do some housework. I don't know.
Well, I mean, that happens every weekend.
No. Usually I just got football to look forward to.
So what you're saying is the football season's winding down.
Yeah.
The honey-do list is getting big.
You know what I'm gonna have to do? I'm gonna have to crawl in my attic tomorrow. I gotta crawl in the attic.
You got bats?
I gotta try to find a leak, like a fumes are coming through the wall. So I gotta go in there and find a leak, and then I don't know. I'll probably fall through the ceiling. I says I can go up in there. My wife looked at me and she's like, kind of looked right at my stomach. I'm just like, God damn, that's just why
it's just very hurtful.
I know. I'm like, so who won the tickets?
Finally. Yeah. The Raven Kid broke through.
Hey,
I mean,
right. There it is.
He called for every other one, and you could hear him. He was usually caller number 3.
Yeah.
And you would go, I'm sorry, man, caller number 3, and be moving on, and you could just hear him screaming as I hung up the phone to move on to the next line. So no, he finally got it.
Oh, nice. Congratulations, Raven Kid. So he finally broke through, like the acne on his face. 888-368-1580. I just it's great. I mean, enjoy the wrestling. Is he gonna take his dad? Are you going with your dad? because your dad was actually the one asking if we had another set to give away. We've given away 4 pairs, right?
Yeah, that's all of them.
That's all we have, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I thought we had. I bet I can try to get us more next week. I bet I can try to get Radio Ron to give up some more.
Yeah, because Heavy Metal Maniac on account of his service to the super fans when they go to the Diamondback games.
You got the freebie.
Yeah.
Yep.
Here's how this is going to go. Radio Ron is going to go around. Hey, you want to go to the wrestling? No? Okay. Hey, you want to go to wrestling? No? Okay. Hey, you want to go wrestling? No? Okay. Oh, geez. Hey, Jeffrey, you want to give these away? No problem.
We got you, Ron.
No problem. Brandon Texas says, just to let you know, Jeffrey, his sister was caller 2. I was caller 3. Raven Kid was caller 4. They really wanted those tickets.
Huh.
Wow.
It's a good thing that you started at 2, because if she was caller 1 and you were caller 2 and he was caller 3, that would have been rough.
I wonder who caller 1 was. By the way, it's Baycott. Baycott was the name.
Okay.
Baycott.
Baycott. Or did I say Baycott? No. Everybody have a great weekend. We'll see you Monday at 3 p.m. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.